Folks.
Should have seen that.
Folks
I think it's worth a YouTube.
Hang on.
It's on Netflix.
Can folks hear us? That's the first thing I need to know. I switched over to using Streamlabs instead of OBS. So
I did that this week as well.
Yes. Welcome to Heavyweight Gaming. Tonight we are going to be playing Carbon 2185, a cyberpunk RPG, in case you didn't get that. Brilliant, Sawdust, thank you very much. So, a little bit to start off with first. Oh, I can do this now. Yeah.
Ooh. All right, yours is shiny enough.
Yeah, look at this shiny one. To be the boss.
Oh yeah, it's yeah. So,
Dear Santa.
Dear Santa. So, welcome to the channel. If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, I'll do Dave. There is quite a lot of crap going on in the world today, mainly across the water, to our friends across the big pond. So hopefully they're as safe as they can be. We're not going to go into any political rants or preachy stuff on here. We are simply, hopefully, going to provide a bit of a breakaway escapism for a couple of hours while we play Cyberpunk in a dystopian future. So that should go really well. So yeah, whatever you're doing, just make sure you're doing it safely and get your point across, but make sure that you keep you and your friends and family safe. So, welcome to Heavyweight Gaming. We do lots of streaming throughout the week, Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays, and we're bringing a new Dungeons & Dragons group in on a Sunday called Dice of the Beholder, so you can look out for that and look at our timetable. If you wish to follow us on social media, you can see here the Facebook, Twitter and YouTube, Instagram tags at the bottom. Just follow them and you can find us and you can find out what we've been doing, which is quite a lot at the moment, so I'm busy. Map making mostly. Yes, look at the bottom, look down. We have a Patreon page, and if you wish to support us financially, then you can go to Patreon, pick a tier. There are multiple levels of weight, mini weight, lightweight, middleweight, heavyweight, who knew? And you hoorah! And as a reward, we will give you stuff plus a 5th edition homebrew e-magazine that myself and Mr. Arcane, Roberto, I don't know if he's on that yet. We've been writing that since last year. We released it in January and we're on issue 6, will come out this month. So yeah, it's 5th edition D&D stuff, at least compatible with, not officially D&D obviously. But yeah, there's loads of lore. Not yet. Wizards.
Lost us to be canon by the end of the year.
I'm coming for you, wizards. Yeah, it's got loads of classes and feats and spells and monsters and lore and stuff like this. It's proper nice. It's really good. And we've just started using Incarnate to make the maps, which are getting a lot of love. So that's cool. So we'll keep doing that. Our sponsors for the evening are Ruffworx Creative, who is a wood and leather worker who does lots of wooden dice trays that are very raw and handcrafted with blood, sweat and tears. Sawdust and Swear Words, another woodworker who is less blood, sweat and sawdust and swear words, and yeah, he cheats. He uses a wood turner. Just saying, Dave.
Power tools.
He uses power tools. But if you go to Facebook and look for Sawdust and Swear Words, look in their photos, you will see some absolutely stunning woodwork that they've created. Dice cups, bowls, candle holders, pens that they've done there. It's just beautiful pieces of craftsmanship, so it's really cool to have them sponsoring the show. They are also doing a giveaway for our Pathfinder Saturdays, so if you wish to watch us on a Saturday, you might get a chance to win one of their dice cups and a couple of their lovely pens. So come and see that. And our top sponsor of the show is Dragon Turtle Games, the creators of Carbon 2185. We're lucky enough to have them sponsor the show, and they've given us a 10% discount code which you can use on their website, which is dragonturtlegames.com. You can go there, and as long as you enter the code WAITE, W-A-I-T-E, with a capital W, as you can see in the title of the channel, you'll get 10% off your purchase. So go do that. It supports them and it supports us. So lovely. All right. Good evening, Mr. Ruffworx. As if by magic he is summoned. So, for a recap, last session, in a Spanish accent, the gang infiltrated a Nightingale corporation complex.
Infiltrate's a strong word.
The gang, strong word.
We sat in a coffee shop.
by disguising, not literally, but well, one of them literally. Jean. Oh, actually, before we get round, so the players are: we've got Ian playing Jake, the samurai, the street samurai.
Oh yeah, these guys.
We've got James playing the troublemaker, Alex. We've got Rob playing Sparks, the Robomancer. We've got Nave playing Xinjiang John, the combat medic, and we've got Niall playing Chase, the Sugo, aka Ballistic Fury. So yes, that's lovely.
Last episode of sat in a coffee shop or someone else does the work just reminded me of uni. It was great.
Less caffeine, more smoothies for you, Sparks.
So
I break the habit of a lifetime.
They infiltrated the Nightingale Exploration Complex. They were looking for a Dr. Pedro Orlov, which everyone is saying is dead. They did this under the guise of a HR member of staff, played by Jean, who was there to, who disguised themselves incredibly well, who was there to interview Chase for a position of a security guard. They got through main security with a couple of roles that were some not as high as others, but they got through. They managed to even hold the interview, and it was very deeply interesting. And lots of questions were answered. As the interview went on, they discovered two very heavily armoured looking guards in silver and red sort of nano plate, and they had two oversized assault rifles with them. Once the interview came to an end, they were escorted into a room where they met four people of almost identical physicality, called Elizabeth. All four of them, just a collective Elizabeth. And Pavan was there, the good friend of Jean. He'd had a bit of a beating. They were given the choice of their own free will to take a job to Mars to
What's
recover.
this we?
To recover. You're all on the stream. It's a we. To recover some assets from a complex on Mars that was owned by Nightingale Exploration, but they've since left it to go. Crown Estate have paid a lot of money to have access to that complex. Nightingale Exploration said yes. So the Elizabeth wanted to recruit, hire, force a group of people up into the stars to go get these assets. Jean was given the choice of three. He had 10 million one-longs, the information on the biomechanical engineering substance, whatever it is that everyone's going nuts for with this Dr. Pedro and Dr. Pedro Orlov, and Pavan's life. Jean binned the 10 mil, took Pavan's life and the information on the bio stuff.
Wait a sec. I didn't bin the 10 mil. I just chose Dr. Pavan.
Yeah, okay.
The 10 mil.
You word it however you want, John. I'm the DM, and even I was like, he's binned 10 mil. So yes, so they went out, they had a word, they were like, cool, we got a job to space, we're going to get the information, and that's all you need to know, kids. They go to a hotel after meeting Gumball Baby, and woo-woo. Whilst in the hotel, Sparks reluctantly had a moment, couldn't decide whether he was going to call Jack of the Sons of Chaos, but decided to right at the end of the session. So he rung Jack, and the call
It's not a carbon session until we bring somebody.
Or hung up on them.
I'm going to wait till the lads turn up to debt collect your phone bill. That's a plot arc all in itself. So, and the call with Jack went along the lines of pew pew, bang bang, explosion, gun, bullets firing everywhere. Really amazing sound effects of combat. Whilst Jack was near tears, trying to stay alive, asking for help, and then the phone went dead. And we left you in the hotel. 3 to 1, you're in.
Are we running to District 5? Sounds like they're in trouble.
Yes.
I've had suspicions that...
John looks at his watch.
What's the girl? What's the lady's name that we speak? Tina, isn't it? I've had something's not sat with me about Tina for a while.
He keeps saying this.
Yeah, I think whatever's going on now, I don't know. I'd feel better going in and trying to help out Jack.
You got his coordinates?
I can trace the call to where he was at the time of the call. It sounded like he was running. You're out of breath. I reckon if we go to them last known coordinates, try see we'll probably hear it before we see him. Sounded like it was kicking off.
He's done us right these last 6 to 10 months.
Yeah, he's the reason. He's the reason most of us are in. Got money in our pocket.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So let's go help him out in a time of need.
DM, what is the quickest form of public transport within San Fran?
Oh, the Ultrax.
This unit does not see why we are going to help Jack of the Sons of Chaos.
Because he's the reason he's the reason I've had work for the last 6 months.
Incorrect. The Sons of Chaos as a whole is the reason that you've had work. Jack is just the mouthpiece.
Either way, he's not doing anything wrong by us. If he needs help,
Did you try Tina first, or did you just call Jack?
just call Jack.
This unit suggests maybe you try Tina.
The weekly phone call.
I'll start calling Tina.
Cool.
We need a ringtone noise for this channel. So bad.
Ring, ring. Ring, ring.
Nailed it.
Man of 1,000 voices, mate, and noises.
You do me a favour, mate, and record that for me and send it over.
Ring, ring.
So yeah, it rings a few times. It goes about 30 seconds. It's quite a long time for it to just be ringing. There's no answer.
Wow. Well, that's not good. Okay. So, Tina's not answering.
Well, why are we still here? Why are we not going yet?
Anyone got any objection to an Uber X?
Nope.
This unit still does not understand why we are going. We're not being paid for this.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Alex on this one.
You don't need to be paid for every single thing you do.
I get that.
This
but
unit
I'm
is
also-
not entirely sure where you have lived in the past year or so.
Jack's always been good with us, I think. He's as at least he has with me. If he's in trouble, he was asking for help. If there's challenge or if there's something going on, if it's Bison or if it's Sweet Shop, we've kind of brought that down on their heads anyway.
Yeah, it could also be. It could also just be a gang thing, right?
It could, but at the same time, if we,
How long has my mic been up?
if any of you guys need motivation, having some bargaining power with them, or if you help them out, you can always call in that favour at a later time. You're not going to get anything from them if they're all dead.
Yeah.
And the other thing, if it is internal even, then is if we get involved, it can go one or two ways. Potentially, we can end up in much better off with them, with whoever's left.
I'd rather them owe us than we go back to a dead gang, as have the triads of wherever they are, the 19 chasing afterwards.
16k triads.
That's it.
Jesus,
Unit
Spats.
owner Sean, when are we supposed to be going on your mission?
I'm waiting
And
for
the
a call.
ringers.
But we don't actually know.
No.
So there is no time frame for yours.
No
So can I-
specific time frame. I mean,
Yes.
if we're talking about launching to Mars, AD, I'll just have a quick search whether or not there's any public launches planned in the next couple of days.
There's
Probably quite a lot in there.
every 2 days.
Like
there's
buses.
Two. Every 2 days, there's 2.
Right. And when's the next one?
There's one this evening, closer to midnight, and there's none tomorrow. But then on the day after, there's another 2 a.m. and p.m. You're currently sat on a Tuesday.
You fancy sitting in here in a hotel room while potentially some people we know and who we've worked for are in trouble?
And plus, we're not doing anything. We need to do the mission to Mars to
get-
get the information to give to the Sons of Chaos to get the 1 million long longs.
If this has hit the whole Sons of Chaos, then we need to know, right? Because that's
We don't lose anything by heading back to District 5 now, in either regard, and at least scope out and see what's going on.
Yeah, effectively, we're sat here twiddling our thumbs, waiting for a phone call to go to Mars.
I'm not saying we jump straight in guns blazing, but I think going back to District 5 and at least seeing what's kicking off is ultimately in our best interest.
Good. This unit was very concerned that unit known as Sparks was just going to jump in and go guns blazing with no gun.
When have I ever gone jumping in guns blazing?
You see a red button float past.
So
What?
this unit will turn off its hologram mode.
Yeah.
Right, I'm ringing a new Brex. I'll
Yeah, I think that's the best thing.
Ultra.
I mean,
Strike them first.
Ultra X. Sorry.
Ultra-X won't cross the districts, will they? Then
They'll
Drop
go
the
towards
border.
the edge. Yeah, they'll drop you off.
How
at the
far
edge.
did it take us to walk last time?
This unit believes it was about a quarter to half of a day.
Yeah, we're pretty far into District 3 at this point.
Let's get a cab then to the edge and
Yeah.
book it from there.
Yeah.
Should we track the location? You track the location first. before
Yeah.
we start
Can I get Jack's last known coordinates?
Give me a computer
what-
check.
I'm going to say, could you not do the same for Tina as well?
All
I
the
didn't ring her.
answers.
She didn't answer.
14 plus 5, 19.
Cool. You go through the logs. You do your thing. You hook it up. It takes you about 10 minutes to get rid of all the clutter that's in the files and the GPS coordinates.
Nerd power.
Nerd power. The call, it seems, Jack answered from the bar, as in the Chaos Bar.
I need to get that to what's that bar called again?
It's called the Chaos Bar.
Is it called Chaos Bar?
Yeah.
Chaos Bar.
Well, that'd explain why Tina didn't answer.
Yeah, it sounded. He didn't get anything else. It was just he was out of breath. He said he needs help. That was it, and then the call went dead.
Well,
random remembering moment. Remember the night we spent at the bar? Well, at the safe house.
At the bar, yeah.
guessing it ain't safe anymore. But yeah, go on.
Wasn't? Why do I have this vague memory of Tina smelling a peppermint in the morning?
No, that was Jack. Was drinking some
Jack was
kind of
drinking
peppermint
peppermint, yeah.
alcohol.
Peppermint snaps.
They don't use
Something-
I remember that part, but for some reason I thought she smelled like pepper in the morning too, which is why I was making a weird connection. But
Right, can we have this conversation in the car?
yeah,
Well,
we can.
is it here?
It's not here.
I'll ring an Ultra X and get it to
Cool.
drop us off at the
Oh.
edge of District 5.
I thought you'd already done that, Sparks.
That was
This unit believes the unit known as Sparks does a lot of talking and not very lot of action.
So what does
theatre. I
this
was allowing you
words?
to talk, so I can.
There we go.
I
So
think
what
I've
does
heard
this
this one.
words?
I've heard this one before, Alex. It's a little less conversation, a little more action, maybe.
This
Jesus.
unit is not
Well,
aware of that sentence structure.
I almost preferred him in the dress and singing.
What did
Are we
you
awkwardly
call me or a knock on the bar?
Awkwardly wait for a taxi.
We'll fill the
So-
void until the Cybermaster tells us it arrives.
First
just
of
sat on the curb, just loading handguns, strapping guns.
First of all, to correct Sawdust so the players don't go in a wrong direction. Tina did not smell of peppermint. Jack was drinking peppermint, and Tina said he never drinks peppermint. It was unusual for him to drink peppermint. That was what happened in those little connections.
Okay.
World Builder. Yes, we did call you Oricana. So, your Ultra X gives you a little message to say that it'll be there in 15 minutes. Unless you do anything, 15 minutes passes.
I'll just get another. I'll get another Japanese whiskey from the bar, and then.
We wait for the taxi to arrive.
Cool. You get yourself another whiskey. The message comes through to Sparks to let him know that the Ultra X is outside. You leave the hotel and get in the Ultra X, I am assuming.
Yep.
Yes.
Cool. You get in, and John, you get a text message.
I will read the text message privately.
As Ours is ready.
It simply says, return to the complex at 5 a.m. Yep.
Boarding gate will close in 13 minutes.
What time is it now?
It's about 11 o'clock at night. So you got to be back at the complex at 5 a.m.
Caffeine weren't so stupid now, was it?
They know you are coming. Board the helicopter. Board the jet. And it's obviously like bullet pointed. And there is just a crown sign off.
I'll reply with a little combat medic emoji and a smiley face.
Combat medic emoji. I don't. Is that like a little white box?
It's
With
like
go on.
It's a guy applying a plaster.
With a grenade on it. So, you get in the Ultra X. Where to? You hear a voice, Sparks?
We've got 6 hours, guys.
Edge of District 5.
Brilliant. More
We've got 6
accurate
hours.
Location, please, sir.
The checkpoint on between District 2 and 5.
There are
3 and
many
5.
checkpoints.
The one we came.
The one closest to this address, and I give him the address of the bar we're going to.
The one we came in on.
I literally told you the number of the thing when you get me.
You did as well.
Let's assume you've remembered. Give me an intelligence check, Sparks, to see if you have remembered, because I'm feeling that way in class.
That's not bad, actually. 18.
Cool. The Ultra X sets off and starts passing through District 3, going down some of the roads that you didn't follow on the way in. It doesn't take you too long, and you get back there in about half an hour, maybe 40 minutes. It takes you to get to the border because of traffic. There seems to be a heavy amount of traffic during the night around District 3, where the shifts are swapping for the continuous work that goes on in the industrial areas of District 3. There is an obvious presence of Mr. Gumball himself. Every now and then you'll pass down the street and you will see that huge converted limo Humvee with him on the back with his big gumball cannon shooting packets of gumballs into the crowd, shouting "Gumball baby, woo-hoo." But he never comes actually near the Ultra. It's not like he's following you. You just see it as a cutscene that's going on around you rather than one that is interacting with you directly. 45 minutes have passed. It's now midnight. You can see before you the several checkpoints and the fencing with all the police stood at it, and the breakaway point where you'd have to cross like a bit of a dead zone to get there, because they don't like anyone near any other district. The Ultra X asks you to scan it, and it will cost you 500 one longs, Mr. Sparks.
Yeah, done.
Go, ping. You scan off and you get your 500 one longs deducted from your account, not cash. You get out, you go across. The police watch you 5 walk across. They're in their same sort of helms, and they've got the mech police that are with them in their thick Kevlar padded armour. They just watch you approach towards one of the checkpoints. One of them walks out to you. There's a bit more of a feminine edge to the robotic comms that comes through. Leaving? Returning?
Briefly.
When do you plan to return?
A few hours.
So you're going into District 5 and then return into District 3?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. 5,000 one longs, please.
Sean, you deal with this last time?
Yes, I did.
I'll beep over 5,000.
That was brilliant. You're right.
Yeah, I'll beep it over.
So you scan. She nods. A pleasure. Stay safe, citizen. And she signals to the gatehouse, and they let you through back into District 5.
Local knowledge, how far from this checkpoint is the Chaos Bar?
It took you just short of 2 hours to get here.
That was walking though, wasn't it?
Is
That
there
was
such thing as a
walking.
taxi in District 5?
Nope. You could probably pay someone to stick you on back of their bike, but there is 5 of you, and no bikes. So you'll return to District 5, the slums
Instead of
and absolute
walking
crap hole of San Francisco. People everywhere staring at you as you come from District 3, a place that they will never ever aspire to. Go.
I drift into the cloud pretty quickly. I don't want to stand on the edge of the border standing out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, just make our way as fast as our legs will carry us, I guess.
Close to the border, there was that bar, wasn't there? Was there not bikes at the bar, if I remember?
Oh, there were.
Well, maybe we can borrow some to come back. We've got 2 hours, so we're talking about 6 miles. So
We could run.
let's get to jogging, boys.
Yeah, I'd say, can we jog and knock the time down?
You can
John
jog
starts
if you want.
John starts to jog.
Oh,
So are we jogging straight or are we trying to get the bikes?
I think
The
We're
bikes.
going to the bar where the bikes are.
So, Chase, are you on about where you, Chase and Jake, are you on about where Larry was?
yes.
Yeah. That bar's not
Oh,
too
right.
far from you. Yeah.
There was
I can
bikes
see
at
the
the bar,
checkpoint
but
from there if I remember right.
Yeah, it's not far at all. You could
Well,
probably
trying to
see it. You could see it from where you came in because Jake spotted the police looking at you when you were in there.
trying to borrow bikes or rent bikes from a bar seems risky and time consuming.
I mean, borrow. We'll give
Well,
them
we
back.
can jog. We can jog 6 miles in half an hour. Come on, Chase.
Yeah,
Alright. yeah, I'm all right with it. But all right, let's carry on. Let's run.
I
Come on,
get it.
John.
This
Okay,
unit will
jog on.
see you at the Chaos Bar and then start running off towards the Chaos Bar.
I'll follow Alex.
Okay, so we're running. Hopefully it's not a big fight because we might be a bit exhausted after that.
So
6
you,
miles is nothing. We're all nice, fit, healthy young men.
I didn't know guns got tired.
yeah.
Aiming hands get tired, I think.
So you go running through. You're at a jog. You're not sprinting, otherwise you will be exhausted. But you run at a pace that is comfortable. That you will get there in about 40 minutes, and arrive fit. 10 minutes in. Yeah. So you've done just over a mile, and you hear this.
Uh-oh.
Ahead
So
of
it's
you.
premium special effects again.
Yeah.
It's like an RPG's in the room.
Ahead of us, as in like
As in,
the
4.5
direction,
miles
as in,
distance.
as in miles away. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
You hear it. You hear the shockwave through the air, and then the sound of it hitting and exploding, and then you see. So you can see as well. It's pretty clouded, dark clouds, miserable over you anyway. It's not yet raining, but it's still a horrible, crappy little sight to look up around District 5. It's not much better in District 3, but at least they've got holograms and stuff in the way to make it a bit more pleasant. But you can see a different shade of smoke sort of reaching to the top. And now you've seen that, you see a few other different shades of smoke. Jean, give me an intelligence check.
I've not done very well there, Eddie. It's a 2 on the dice. I'm not even going to bother looking me stat up, but it's.
Not brilliant.
Wow. So yeah, you know nothing, son. You know nothing, John. So yeah, so that happens. I'm assuming carry on running.
Yep.
Yeah.
Another 10 minutes.
I'll just glance over at Alex as we're running though, and
Cybermaster, with my 40 consecutive years of being in the military service as my previous job, can I determine approximately what kind of small arms fire rockets that I can hear in the distance to try and work out?
They are RPGs. They
Okay.
are just rocket propelled grenades. There's nothing. They're your generic. You know,
Do they fire once and then throw the tube away, or
they are fire once, reload,
Fire.
fire again, reload, fire again. It is a throwaway. You pop it in the front, it fires the rocket. You pop another rocket in the front. Rinse and repeat.
Right. So it is a replenish tube. Okay.
Yeah.
How many roughly do we hear over the course as we're running there?
That first one alerts you, and then over the next 10-15 minutes, you hear another 17.
Jeez.
So
And this-
18 in total.
18
And
in
this is
total.
throughout the entire of District 5 as we're going through it.
It's not through the
No,
entire
it's-
of District 5. It's in
Where
a
we're running to.
localised.
where we're running to.
It's in a localised area.
Do I hear any other forms of gunfire at all?
In between. Give me a perception check.
Yeah. That's what I was waiting for.
Spark, check the web, see if there's any news hitting about what's going down. This is big.
Yeah, I will do that. I'll run and Google.
So
24.
24. You hear the echoes of gunfire. It's not a accurate sound. Jake, Chase, Jean, the gunfire side of things is probably no real task for you to realise as well. But Alex, you also hear the echoes of heavy sniper rifles being fired.
Is there anything on the local kind of like bulletins or any like breaking news?
There is a constant reporting. Your HUD is just getting absolutely battered by God knows how many reporters trying to get their word across, and obviously hacking each other to make sure they're the front ones at the HUD. So you're just getting spammed by news. But essentially, there's talk of a massive attack in District 5. It's all going down. The gangs have finally turned on themselves. The rats have finally turned on themselves. It's just a big hyped up. It's finally happened. District 5's eating itself alive. There's a couple of sympathetic news feeds that get through. Oh, we need to help them.
Of location at all? Does Chaos Bar come up at all?
No. It's all just very generic, vague. Gangs killing gangs.
People outside looking
locals,
in and trying to.
Yeah.
All right.
This unit would like to alert you all to the fact that there is also heavy sniper rifle fire in the distance.
You are 20 minutes out, and now
let's stay close to the wall and try and avoid any higher angles that we can see. Stay close to cover, although it'd be difficult to spot a sniper.
AD,
yep.
Judging by when we walked through here previously, is there like an adjoining parallel alleyway that we can use rather than the main giant open road?
Yeah. District 5 is a absolute maze of stuff like that.
I'm going to say let's not take that direct route, because if they see 5 cyberpunks running,
it's
in
not
one
subtle,
direction.
is it?
We need to continue on this route until we are roughly about 5 minutes jog out, and then start veering off into the alleyways for the maximum efficiency of speed.
So you spend the next 15 minutes terrassing it down the easy road, and then you want to dip off at last 5.
Yeah.
Cool. So for the next 15 minutes, as you're getting closer, there is no more RPG fire. You still get the odd fire of heavy sniper rifles. There are definitely 3, possibly 5 shooters from what you can work out, Alex. Sparks, this is a little bit new to you. It's a little bit like walking through an old action movie for yourself. Jake, Chase and Jean, you've experienced...
Yeah, I have no idea what it is.
You're just like... Well, you're aware that it's gunfire by them not talking about it.
Yeah.
It's just a surreal thing to match up. Jake, Jean and Chase, you've been in probably not this heavy a fire, but definitely are aware that it is some sort of heavy combat situation.
With knowing the Sons of Chaos and the type of weapons they use, what's being used roughly against them, would we be able to tell? Like, did the Sons of Chaos use like SMGs, shotguns mainly? Or do they use a wide variety?
The Sons of Chaos are arms dealers in their own right, so it doesn't surprise you if they've got other things a bit more flavoursome than just an SMG or a heavy pistol. But you've seen them with assault rifles, you've seen them with other weaponry. But as for telling what they are, Alex has already told you that it's sniper fire. You are aware that there is some sort of RPG-ness going on. Don't you dare turn it off. There we go. But yeah, there's nothing that specifically jumps out and goes, this is a HMA heavy pistol,
Yeah, it was just more to see what was used against the Sons of Chaos, if I could listen out for the type of bullet type.
You don't know if it's being used against them or in defence.
That's fine.
So you just know there's rockets going off. It could be Sons of Chaos firing them, it could be whoever's shooting at them, you just know that so far, mate.
Yeah. That's fine, mate.
Yep. Anything else in your 15 minutes jog before you dip off?
I'm going to try. I'll speak to guys whilst I can. I'll try and go a little bit further ahead and try and scout it out if Alex can back me up.
Negative.
To try and negative, all right.
I'll back you up.
Yeah, because if we can try and get someone get there first, so we can relay that what we're seeing faster.
I should probably
Negative.
because perception. I'm good at seeing far away.
You're currently forgetting what you're currently wearing.
I know.
We're wearing leather jackets that are nicer than everybody else's leather jackets. That's about it.
I strongly suggest the first action is that we pull in. You can get changed, at which time I will pull out my disguise kit, which has got a camo netting in it for urban environments, and then I'll make my way forward to see what the spotting is. 40 years of being a military scout.
I'll.
Yeah, because
I think we go with option Alex, but it was a nice idea, Chase.
Yeah, I would like to get changed into my armor actually quite soon.
Jake never took his off, just put his shirt over it like a proper legend.
It's like an American football jersey just over the top of it.
So,
what shirt are you talking about? Just got a jacket.
Oh man,
Chase is in full like Armani, mate. So you do your 15 minutes. You then, as you get, so you're now 5 minutes out, so you're less than a mile away. There is a very, very obvious slowing down of whatever combat, battle, etc. has just happened. You now start to hear the odd shot or the odd rapid fire of a weapon. There's a single explosion that sounds more grenade to those of a military background than RPG. You don't hear any more sniper fire.
This sounds like it's taking single targets out that are down now. I'd well, since we're 5 minutes out, I'm going to put my armor on now, Eddie. Get that put on.
It'll take you a couple of minutes to just don everything and get kitted up.
I'd rather be armoured for the fight that we're going to come across, I'm guessing.
Jake,
so.
are you...
That don't take seconds. I'll do it when we get closer.
Cool.
While everyone else is getting changed, I'll do some squats, keep myself nice and warm.
Jesus, look at you there. Change man, you've done a year of training. All of a sudden, PT, middle of a game now. As a whips out a protein
stretch it out for the fight.
Yeah. Just going to drink
Get it stretch it out for the fight.
If you start drinking Diet Coke, you know what I mean? Get a Frey Bentos in you, lad. Jesus.
I wish.
So
no, my armor is basically a jacket, so I'm pretty much always wearing it.
Cool. So, Jake scored, Chess getting changed. Alex, you whip out your urban camo, etc.
Yeah, and then I'll reload my SMG with a fresh magazine.
Cool. Sparks?
I'm going to take out Frisbee Droid, Frisbee it, and...
Can you send that thing quite far? Can you send it?
It doesn't have a range. I think that's what I was going to... I'll
check. And just for Sparks and the viewers, I did have it confirmed that once you know an exploit, you cannot learn others. It's not spells that you can interchange.
So it's a warlock, not a wizard.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
The idea being that it takes quite a lot of time to be able to manipulate things with an exploit. That
and then there's just refresh
no room,
the exploit.
There's just no room to.
No, that's absolutely fine.
So what are you? You're a hacker, aren't you?
Yeah.
Hacker. Oh, I've got my book. I'm using my book. Yeah.
Your pretty book.
My pretty book.
We bought it off Bison.
Yeah.
It was previously owned, but we're not going to tell you by who.
It's Alas. So what? You went Robomancer, didn't you?
Yeah. I know I can. It actually its own initiative. It works exactly the same way as like a separate basically a separate NPC, but I don't know what the range is. I don't think it had. I'll double check. I couldn't find
information. No, 4 hours work. You did a
Unless I just can't
multi-rotor
read.
combat drone.
I did, yes.
So, which is actually in the book.
It is.
Should be at least the same range we can communicate at, because it's basically the same kind of signal.
It's hardwired into my hood.
Yeah, but
I control it with my I control it with my brain.
But I mean, the drone itself has a.
Batteries.
It's not so much that; it's more there wasn't any
batteries.
I think it has its own. It has a movement characteristic, but there's no mention of any range that I can control it.
Right, so it flies 60 feet.
I think it's down to you, DM, to give me an effective range of it.
I'd say 60 feet, mate. I'd say you can move it 60 feet. and the range of your control over it is 60 feet. I will allow you to upgrade that with 1 longs and bits, but
Sweet.
right now off the bat, mate,
So it's tethered, 60-foot tether, basically.
Yeah. Past
Yeah,
that,
that's fine.
it will just stay where it is until you come in range again, or until it's back.
Works for me. Stops me just going, I was going to sit in this pub and play remotely.
The ultimate experience, cyberpunk style.
PS2 controller comes out.
Once I've put my armor on here, I'm going to put my armor piercing bullets into my guns as well.
Cool.
I'm going to load my EMP rounds into the rifle that's mounted on the droid.
Lovely.
While Jean's doing his squats, he's just checking his watch.
10,000 steps, boys.
And then once I'm ready, we'll carry
So
on.
it's now.
How are we doing on time?
It's now half midnight.
Let's go.
Oh, that's not bad. That's what I accurately worked out on the. I'm keeping a track of the time that we spend.
Right.
He's like, he is literally an Apple Watch with feet, isn't he?
Yeah.
I knew I could rely on you, Alex.
So
I got 18 on my deception check with my disguise kit.
cool. Are you just walking through disguised, or are you stealthing disguised?
A stealthing disguised.
Cool.
So while these guys are doing all their thing, I'm going to bugger off ahead.
So roll your stealth with advantage, and I'll take that as your score for both stealth and disguise.
27, natural 20.
It's a hell of a camo net.
Jesus Christ. The camel that actually walks off on its own with a sniper rifle.
Come back!
Don't worry, I've got this. So, so for a split second, you lot sort of look, and then Alex disappears and then reappears as you realise he's stood next to you. And then, Alex, you venture off into the you just
Some
venture
kind
off,
of
yeah?
horrific war zone
Yeah.
with RPG fire and heavy sniper rifles. The occasional assault rifle.
I've got a stealth. Cool, it's a RPG. So
You'll never see me coming. It doesn't need to. It's got area of effect.
So you make your way. It's very obvious now, as you do the last, say, third of a mile, leaving you a third of a mile out from the Chaos Bar. You can see absolute devastation, and it's fresh. District 5 is already a bit of a heap, but it's aged. There's not really a lot of new devastation in District 5. It's just been ruined and then left to rot. You can see now where the cleaner stone off some of the buildings and cleaner breaks in the ward. The craters still have an element of smoke burning in them and stuff. You can tell now that as you're getting closer, fights happened further out from the bar. You can see bodies that are... give me a perception check.
Looks for everyone.
Just Alex, he's the one that's scouting through. He's left you guys in the alleyway at the minute.
Got a 13, so that's a 21.
Obviously. So you notice that there is Sons of Chaos, Bison's babies, and 16k triad among the dead. Yep.
Okay, I'll relay that back to the team.
Are you trying to get right up to the bar? Just so I know.
Well, I'll pause.
I don't mean the door. Are you trying to get the bar inside?
Yes.
Cool. So you again met your way through.
Rather than walk up and knock on the door.
Yeah.
Hello,
Hello.
I've come for a pint.
Do you like my camo now? You can see what I'd say civilians. We'll go with civilians. The street rat types, just sort of pottering around in that dazed, what the just happened.
Shell shock.
Yeah, there's a lot of shell shock going on, but it doesn't last as long as you've seen in actual military confrontation. They've quickly realised the opportunity to loot, and you start seeing as this shell shock effect on people wears off quite quickly when the penny drops and they start descending on the bodies and stuff. No one seems to pay you attention if they did see you, or even give you any inkling that you have been seen. You work your way in between the rubble. There's a moment where you have to cross a street. You do so in a crouch low, dip behind a God knows how long that ruined car's been there moment, and back out the other side. Again, there's no no reaction by anyone that's even acknowledged you nip across that street. You get about within I'd say 100 feet of the bar, and you are hidden across the street in the remains of some old shop, storage place. Excuse me. And as you look across, it is ruined. It is an absolute mess. The surrounding buildings around it have been ruined. You can now see that the majority of the RPG fire that you heard before was definitely focused in this localized area. You can see people outside. Give me another perception check.
25.
Cool. Rolled a 2. You know what I mean? And
No, that was a 17.
Cool. And you can see 16k and Bison Babies working together, and they're sort of sifting through the rubble and stuff. You notice off to the right, just as you're scanning the area, there are 4 or 5 people on their knees that seem to be in the leather jackets of the Sons of Chaos, and they're just on their knees with a couple of 16k in front of them and some of the Bison Babies gang behind them. Before you even react, they all get executed. Just bullet to the back of the head. The bikes are absolutely obliterated in mess outside the bar. The bar itself, there's about a quarter of it left, as there's like a corner of the building that's kind of still standing. The rest of it is kind of caved in on itself. It doesn't help whatever was in there. Obviously getting hit by RPG fire may have helped the situation. Yeah, and that's what you see before you, is they seem to be in some sort of clean-up of whatever they've done or whatever transpired here. The 16k and Bison's Babies seem to have come out on the upper hand.
Okay, I'll relay that back to the team, as well as the rough GPS route that I took to get to where I am roughly.
What you said, the Bison Babies and 16 have got the upper hand at the moment?
Yes.
Before anything goes worse.
How many?
Roughly 2 dozen.
Do we owe anything to Bison's Babies or Triads? Do we want to get involved with this if it is just a gang war? Or do, you know...
This unit would like to point out once again that Bison's Babies hate us.
Yeah.
I think having allies in District 5 in the forms of the Sons of Chaos isn't a bad thing, and keeping them alive and active is probably in our long-term interest of at least having a point of contact. If we leave this to pan out...
Everyone's dead, Sparks.
This unit does not believe that there are any, if many, members of the Sons of Chaos left, and if they are currently either fled or bleeding.
I think we should do them, guys.
Go out of our way to try and get the people that are still surviving.
This unit cannot see currently any active members of Sons of Chaos.
Plus, they're probably hiding.
Could I try ringing Jack?
You can.
Might
I will
not.
do that.
Go on, Jet.
I was just thinking, wouldn't that kind of potentially give away his and/or our location?
Yeah, both.
I didn't know if it was an open conversation, or if he's literally just going to try phoning Jack without asking anyone.
Sparks?
I was just going to phone him.
So you
There we go.
didn't say it, you're just going to start. You're going to take the action of ringing Jack. Cool. So you
with the plan of immediately trying to put a trace on the line and
cool.
get a GPS.
You ring. It rings. A couple of seconds later, Alex, give me a perception check.
23.
Cool. Of the couple of dozen people that are like walking across the rubble on top, they start calling to each other. What they're saying is a little bit inaudible for you, but it's not a different language. You're just too far away to hear the clearness of their words. But they're calling somebody over, and they seem to be digging somewhere. You've no idea why, but they seem to have found something, and they start digging. Fawn answers, Sparks. What?
Where are you?
And you can hear rock falling. Sparks.
Where are you?
This unit is witnessing a team of the 16k Triads and the Bison's Babies currently digging in the area.
I think Jack's under that. I think Jack might be under that rubble.
I'm in.
Do you want to get?
I'm in the bar. I can hear him
All
coming
right.
through.
Cool. We're outside. I'll hang up on him. He's in the bar. He's under the rubble.
This unit still cannot take 24 other troopers on its own.
Alex, you see them pull somebody out the rubble by their arms, and you see them pull Jack out the rubble.
This unit can confirm that they have currently caught Jack.
How far is the rest of us from the bar?
You are 2/3 of a mile.
What's that in feet?
More than 60.
I know it's more than 60.
It's about 660.
No, it's about 1,200 foot, probably.
Okay.
1,100, 1,200 foot, 1,600 foot in a mile, is it? I think.
We need to make a decision.
It's
That
16.
I don't know. I'm currently going to Google it for you.
They've got Jack.
1.6 kilometres is a mile, so it'd be 1,600 feet. So it's 1,200 feet for 2/3 ish.
They've got Jack. Do we leave him? They're probably going to kill him if we don't do anything about it.
Alex, you're there.
Can we
Intercept.
change
I'm going to
that?
start making my way towards Alex, following the route that he took.
Alex, you've
as
got grenades.
carefully and sort of like, as I can, basically. Trying to stay unnoticed.
Cool. With
Best as possible.
sorry, right? Just because a lot of stuff's going on. Actions taken. Jean, what are you doing?
I'm following the route Alex plotted out that he took.
Are you doing it stealthily?
Yes.
Give me a stealth roll with advantage because of the route Alex sent back to you.
I'll also copy that action if I can.
I'm glad for the advantage.
Cool.
26.
Same Sparks.
Welcome.
Sparks.
Oh, no,
same?
sorry, not 26. Wrong stat. 23. My bad.
Oh, well.
Holy shit! That's a 1 and a 20.
Oh, nice.
What the
Take
fucking
the
odds of
20.
that?
Which,
Yeah,
which dice you taking? Yeah, okay.
Jesus, what are the odds of that? Yeah, that's a 22 stealth. and
Same
three.
as getting a 13 and a 7, mate, but I didn't want to take it away from you. So. What are you doing, Jake?
What's Chase doing?
Chase, what are you doing?
I'm going to do the same as what Alex said over comms, but saying to Alex over comms, you've got grenades, throw it, and delay time until we get there.
Right, you'll get that through, Alex. Don't respond yet.
I wasn't planning on it yet.
But also,
Shock!
So,
I can imagine it as well.
so Chase,
but
go on.
stealthing,
Give me
stealthing
a-
through as well.
Chase, give me a stealth roll with advantage because of Alex's GPS. Jake, them three are clearly getting ready to.
Yeah, I'm
Go
heading
on.
over to.
Cool, so give me a stealth roll with advantage.
That would be a 15 for me.
23, 26. 23.
That's I think a 21.
Yeah, cool.
That's a 21.
All four of you, between you, managed to give pointers to each other and notes and call one another across at certain points using the route that Alex took. You see the bodies. Alex, did you tell them who the bodies belong to?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you see 16K, Bison's Babies and Sons of Chaos, scattered across the streets. As you get closer and closer, there's more and more of them. You can see looters. You don't see the shell shock because they've kind of come out of it. And people are just looting absolutely everything. Right. So as they are moving 1,200 feet, stealthily, so in a sprint, Alex, you witnessed them drag Jack out, put him next to the 5 they just executed, put him on his knees, and put a gun to the back of his head. Do you do anything?
No.
Cool. Bam. They put a bullet through Jack's head. Cool. Give me a perception check, Alex.
A perception, was that?
Yep.
Oh. 24.
Cool. You see two things. One,
I love this.
Jack gets back up in a bit of a push-up position. They then put 3 or 4 into the back of his head and he lays still. Yep. You see out your periphery, you look to your left and you can see Bison stood there in his, it's a see-through like rain mac sort of trench coat.
He's naked.
It's a well, motherfucker's beautiful. What's up here? He's got this long see-through trench coat on. He's wearing some sort of combat trousers and bright yellow and pink boots. The hood's down. He's got the 2 dragon revolvers at his hip.
Golden ones.
Yep, at his hip. He's speaking to 2 people from the 16K triad and Tina. and he hands Tina something about this big. Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Could be a could be a data chip, 1 long chip, credit chip, etc. But it's about that big. And he just pats her on the head when he passes it to her. That's just happening over there.
Okay.
Yep. Right, you guys. Do you do anything while you're waiting for them to make their way there, Alex? Because you've got 1,200 foot of them getting to it.
No, other than secure my current location, I'll see if I can spot any of the snipers, because I don't know quite where you're orientating it in your mind map as to where I am and where they were. So I'll try and spot where the snipers were.
So of your perception checks that you've done, there was definitely a 360-degree attack on this place. So you can, it will take you 2 perception checks, 1 for the left. Imagine you're at the front door but across the street.
Yeah,
so
okay.
you could do the left hand half and then the right hand half.
Well, what I also want to see is if I can see any, what I would work out is heavy caliber fire from a sniper rifle, which I'm presuming is a larger shot than it's going to be like from a assault rifle or something like that.
What, on the shells on the floor?
Either if I can see the shells on the floor scattered around this area of the building, or if I can see the bullet hole marks in the side of the wall to indicate that there's a sniper above me.
Okay. So, all right. So give me 3 perception checks. First one is a flat one, and this is for the bullet holes.
21 again.
21. Cool. So you do see bullet holes from that you would assume the angle would be above you. Coming into the front area and from various other areas, but obviously with the rubble you just see the odd hole in the wall or in a piece of stone where it went in the building, you don't know, but you're pretty confident that somebody would have had to take and point on the edge of the rubble where you are, the building that you're on. Now give me 1 for the left hand side at disadvantage.
My choices are 18 or 17, so I'll go with 25, please. Oh.
Cool. So you don't see any snipers, but you see 2 places that you 100% would take yourself if you were a sniper, or if you were sniping. Sorry. Yep. Like there is no other place on that left-hand side out of them 2 that it'd just be stupid. A sniper just wouldn't take any other spot from those 2. Now give me a disadvantage for the ones on the right.
Oh, finally, my choices are either a 19 or a 9. So I'll have to take the 9, which makes it a 17.
That's all right. So again, you see 1 spot that a sniper would have taken, but you can't locate where you think another would be. There's a few options, but they're options that you'd have to go stand up there yourself to be confident whether you take them. But 3 out of those, out of that, you are 100% that people would take.
Can I take a still image of the left-hand side and the right-hand side, then paint the areas that I would place a sniper, and then send it back to the team, and then also alert them that there's probably a sniper in the building above me?
I'll say over the comms on private that information. I can have a look and deal with that if need be.
This is not a fight we can get into right now.
Not sure if it's a fight we can get out of right now. If we get
why
out.
we need to turn around and walk away and deal with this later.
Have you told them Jack's been shot, Alex?
No.
Cool.
Returned anything like that because they've not asked.
Cool. That's all right. Just on
How far away from those locations that he's marked?
How far away are they? 1,000 feet.
If those are, so Alex, confirm you think those are sniper holdouts. That means this area is covered by 3 snipers. There's at least 2 dozen guards there. Bison himself, and they've got Jack as a prisoner.
Correct. Apart from the last part.
Clarify.
Jack is currently no longer a prisoner.
Well, that's accurate.
Oh, less than accurate.
What? He's not working with them, is he?
Incorrect.
Is he?
Oh, he is working with them?
Any signs of Tina?
Yes, affirmative. I have spotted Tina.
Is she alive?
Yes.
What's she doing?
Currently stood to one side.
What, just stood there in the middle of all this?
More off to the side than in the middle.
Any
Okay, would
reason?
it be easier if we just
Why
say, Alex, describe what's happened while you were there?
Understood. So Jack was pulled out of the building, was taken to one side where the other 4 members of the Triads were, the other 4 members of the Sons of Chaos were, and was promptly executed. It took more than one shot to the back of the head to kill him.
Who else was there?
This unit then witnessed Bison in what this unit can only describe as a horrific collage of colour and a plastic raincoat, handing over what looks like either USB device or some kind of credit chip to Tina, and then patting her on the head. This unit then went about scoping out where all the sniper nests were in case your ingress or egress was going to be occupied.
Did you take a picture of Tina taking the cash?
This unit did not take a picture, no.
Is Tina still there?
She is.
This unit can confirm that she is still here.
I'll break into a full sprint forward.
Okay.
Did you try and stop the execution of Jack?
This unit can confirm that he did not try to stop the execution of Jack.
Sparks, where are you going?
I'll just keep running. I'm bolted.
Cool. As you
Are you
bolt.
running towards or away?
Of course he's bolting there. He wants to get through that. Come on, go with the emotion.
Just making sure, because that's the one that's always afraid of everything, and he's running towards the shooting.
I will also
I've
say
got
over
the
the
opposite way,
comms.
Jack.
I will now say over comms to Jean, particularly, our contract is now effectively null and void because we are no longer getting paid for the information that we're retrieving.
The contract's with the Sons of Chaos, not Jack.
It's,
Do you really want to deal with them now after this?
there's not going to be anything of them left.
This is one bar.
This
They've
unit
got-
can confirm that at least one member of the Sons of Chaos
So
survived.
we have been loyal to Jack. He was our handler. If we turn up with this information, do you really think they're going to give us the 1 million won, or are they going to execute us as well?
We have a contract.
Think of it logically. They've just
I am thinking of it logically. We
they've
have a
just
contract. They have
executed.
no choice but to pay on that contract if we deliver.
No, they don't.
This
just
unit would like you to
executed.
stop arguing and potentially stop Sparks.
Sparks, give me a reflex save. You lot
Reflex save.
hear gunfire.
I,
Not you, Alex.
16.
Well, you probably hear distant, but not thingy. 16? Cool.
Mhm.
A spray of bullets hits the floor in front of you as you turn to your right and you see 2 16k Triad gang members just shouting something. What languages do you speak?
Not Asian language. Oh, I might actually.
Middle Eastern.
No, I know English and Russian.
Yeah, cool. You don't know Japanese.
Eddie,
Yeah.
Damn it, I'm not close enough, am I?
after saying that
You
to
are.
Jean and whatnot over at comms, I'm going to run after Sparks as well.
So the
Spring.
conversation.
No, yeah,
So hang
bolting.
on, 2 seconds. So the conversation about trusting the Sons of Chaos, etc., is only to John.
No, that was over at comms.
But you were speaking to John. Okay, I'm with
Yeah.
you. All right, cool. Cool. So, so who bolts after Sparks? Jake and
Me.
Chase. Cool.
Yeah.
You see as he bolts, he does get ahead of you because you had the conversation. So it's only a
Yeah.
few, several feet ahead of you. He sets off you see 2 16k Triad members shoot at him. You see the chip of stone come up at his feet as Sparks just sort of throws himself against and hits a burnt down, rusted shell of a van. He hits what's left of the door, sort of dints what's left of it, and carries on running. You two carry on running. Jake, you hear them shout, "Kill him," in Japanese.
How far
I'll
away
hear
are
that.
they from us?
From you, they are about 60 feet.
I'm guessing I'll hear that as well because I speak Japanese and Chinese as well.
Then yes, you do.
Yeah.
And John, I'm assuming you do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If
John,
we're-
have you set
I
off
don't
running,
know-
by the way?
I don't know how this will work. If they've shot at
Nope.
me,
Cool.
are we? We're not. I want to take
I'll
a reaction
start
again.
walking that way.
You start walking that way. Cool. So you're out of stealth.
No. I'm going to
So
stay
you're
in
going to
stealth.
continue doing your thing.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Jake, Chase, Sparks, you're no longer in stealth. So what did you want to do, Sparks?
I want to issue a command to my gun drone and use ping echo.
Okay. Give me a reflex. Just give me a dex check to see if you can do it on a reaction.
14.
Cool. Yeah. You can do your ping
I've got quick and reflex augments as well.
Oh, cool, yeah. Yeah, you definitely are quick enough to react and tell your drone to ping echo.
Which would have meant my reflex save was another +2.
You were fine, though, to be fair. Start getting dice out, kid. So, what are you doing, ping echo?
I'm going to ping echo at 1. Well, I'm going to issue a attack command to my gun drone on one of them. See what happens. Then use ping echo. Depends. I have a separate initiative to my gun drone, so I don't know how it would work.
Well, you can do something. Right now, you get a free do something, not full action. You can do something. An action.
I will issue a shoot command on the gun drone.
Cool. Of the two, 1 and 2, pick one. Who are you shooting at?
Do both of them have automatic weapons?
They both have automatic weapons. They're in
Either.
similar. I need to know so I can take the hit points off it.
1. I said number 1.
Cool. So you shoot at number 1. Do your attack.
Ultimate frisbee drone does.
Ultimate frisbee.
Oh, for fuck's sake! 6.
Yeah. So you shoot at 1. Now you're in initiative.
How far away am I from them?
60 feet. About 55 for you. There's not a lot in between you and your pals behind you. But your gun drone flies just above your head. You reflex spin, command it to fire, and it just shoots a bit of the wall next to it. Can you all roll initiative, please?
21.
Do you want me to roll initiative?
Yeah,
19.
just for stuff, mate. 19 on Jake. Sparks.
17 for Sparks, 9 for the drone.
Sparks. 9. Drone.
Does it not move on your initiative? Like
No, it's got its own initiative.
It's completely independent.
18.
18.
Okay.
Who did I miss?
Me.
Alex, there you go, mate. Sorry.
26.
It's the goodest of boys.
Cool. So Alex, don't need to worry about you for now. Jean, you're still down there.
Roughly how far away am I? Bear in mind I sort of walk towards rather than
You're
run.
about 80 feet.
Right, okay. In which case I am going to use the advantage of the buildings to throw my voice down the street. What direction is this road running? And we're coming from?
It's running north.
Right, so
All roads run north.
I'm going to, in Japanese, in a kind of very surly, strong tone, I'm going to say, watch out, 2 more coming from the north.
You're going to shout that, yeah?
But in a way to try and call, to try and echo it off the buildings. So I'm going to basically shout it into the buildings to try and throw my voice down the street.
Is this after that time you spent as a ventriloquist in your military career? Is it? Right, give me a...
This is my trained in the art of deception.
Took 1 level in Bard as a multi-class.
So if you shout it from where you are, you can do deception. If you're trying to echo it off the walls, it's a performance. Both of them will give different results, depending on what you roll and don't roll.
Let's go for a performance.
Cool.
This would be amazing. That
if you can give me the last time Jean tried ventriloquism, I'll let you flat roll it. Otherwise, it's at disadvantage.
Come on.
To be fair, he did pretend to be a woman for 3 hours. That's pretty skillful in the whole changing your voice.
I can pretend to be a woman. I can't do ventriloquism.
All right, so I'll give you, as the DM, I'll give you the choice which one of these 2 rolls you want to pick. Do you want to pick the nat 20 or the 19?
The 19. I'll pick the 19 because I know the DC.
That's legit.
Do you have a bonus on that?
23.
23 performance, yeah? As the player, I'd like you to pick between these 2 dice. Do you want the 18? Do you want the 18 or the 17 before I add modifiers?
The 17.
Sorry,
Don't get cocky, kid.
So as you try to throw your voice that they taught you at medical school, whilst stealthing through District 5, You
Carbon, mate. If you say it, it's real.
Jesus. You shout in this is up where the Rock being president again. You manage to shout, and up ahead, Sparks, for a brief moment, you hear a familiar voice, or at least a familiar sound, and then the call of something in Japanese. Do you speak Japanese? You don't speak Japanese, do you?
No, I don't. Yeah. Russian and English.
Yeah, cool. Do you speak Japanese, Alex?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Just Sparks. Brilliant. So
I made my character before I knew what the gangs were. I made a guess.
In this book, right? It very handily tells you what the percentage of people speak in different areas. So
I've also played in a campaign before with AD, and Russian was prolific.
You forgot that AD really, really likes samurai.
So Jade from, baby. Jade from. So yeah, you can hear something in an authoritative voice ahead of you, but there's nothing ahead of you at the moment. Give me a perception check, Sparks. Jean, you see the two that were firing at Sparks as they now raise weapons to the rest of your friends. One of them kind of looks to ahead of Sparks, just in a bit of a confused, like, they heard the voice and they're reacting to it. The other one looks straight at Jake and Chase running after Sparks and gets ready to fire. Yep. You got a 13?
Yeah, my perception, yeah.
Cool. You can hear, you can't see, but you can hear a like heavy
Getting cool.
ahead of
louder
you,
or quieter?
ahead of you around a building. Louder, as if it's coming closer to you.
Excellent.
Not many people that say that.
Oh yeah.
That wasn't in character. That wasn't in character.
Jake's got it. Jake's got it.
We never found the mech suit, did we?
Bingo.
I think we're possibly about to.
So,
who's going to tell Bison that we found his mech suit? Someone's going to phone him.
I'm going to be cut down a hill of SMG fire. I'll be fine.
Good chance he's the one in the suit.
Alex, Bison's still eyes on. He hasn't left.
I can confirm he's not the one in the suit. I was going to say anyway.
I'm hoping it's still dialogue to me.
Jean, are you doing anything else?
Just going to continue to make my way forward, trying to maintain the cover that Alex, the kind of cover positions that Alex had followed to stay in a relative amount of stealth and out of immediate danger.
Cool. Jake, there are two 16k triad, like to your right type thing. They're 60 feet from you.
What's life without immediate danger?
Short.
I can't get that far in one.
Or, sorry, without immediate danger, longer.
And they're 60 feet away from me.
60 feet.
Sure, move 30 and shoot number one.
Cool.
Because I actually have guns.
Yeah. So you move forward 30, you whip out your heavy pistol?
Yeah.
Whip out your heavy pistol.
I have a gun, I'm just bad with it.
I have a gun, I just prefer to stab people.
So you fire. What
Yeah. Fire at number one.
Yep.
Oh, bother.
I need
Save that. 16.
16.
Yes.
So you just hit. As the 16k triad tries to duck away, you just clip his shoulder. Just. Do your damage?
That's you don't add anything to that. 10 damage.
10 damage. Cool.
So that's 10 piercing. Ballistic.
Yep. So you. It rocks him back a little bit, and he turns back round with his submachine gun. You doing anything else? That's your movement. You've done an action.
Let's see. I don't have that many bonuses I can use. I'm gonna start swapping weapons so I can get the swords out on my next move when I get close enough.
That's easy enough. Chase.
Hello.
60 feet from you, two 16k triads shooting at Sparks. Jake's just run forward and shot them. Sparks' drone had a fire at him. You heard some sort of authoritarian voice ahead of you, but it sounds familiar. You also heard it behind you and to your left. Like, it's a little bit confusing where it came from.
Which one did Jake shoot? Did I see that?
He shot at number 1 for ease of.
Usual plan, shoot at whatever's weakest to take them out before they can shoot back.
Good plan. Move 30 feet, get closer, and I shall shoot number 1 as well.
Cool. Paw number 1.
Paw number 1.
It's just...
And Kit gets an Exo flashbacks now
It
with
was a
number
19 hit.
A 19 does hit.
And it is heavy pistol, so it's 2d6.
Blast them.
6 and 9 points of damage. And I am shooting him with the armor-piercing bullets.
Armor-piercing?
Yes.
Cool. So what you noticed from Jake's shot is you saw blood, but the armor protected it a little bit, whereas yours just clean strike through, and you see just blood pouring out of his upper chest.
I think that is me done. Movement and action.
If you've got any bonus,
I don't think I've...
Are you not furying? You don't have to, I'm just saying it's a bonus.
Yeah. Same day, I'll wait for the fury yet. I'll wait for that.
You wait for the mech.
Yeah. I'll take the big boys on.
So, that's your turn. So after Chase, it's the lovely Sparks.
Okay, I am going to... I'm going to cast... Say cast. I'm not going to cast anything. I'm going to release a botnet.
Cool.
I'm going to release a botnet and at ping echo, I'm going to fire 3 pings. I'm going to fire all 3 of them into bloke number 2.
Okay, it's a woman, but okay.
Into lady number 2.
Okay.
There's no save or anything. It just goes.
No, you just auto damage, innit?
8, 4. That's 12 points of damage.
Cool. You see ethereal sparks reach out from Sparks' hand, and
You ethereal sparks.
Yeah, T-shirt number 2, and you see a very like static charge hit the 16k triad lass, and she staggers a little bit, but she's all right.
And then I'll use my movement to... I'm behind a dumpster, did you say? Behind like a metal construct?
You just hit a van, you're not behind it, you just hit the van.
Can I use my movement to kind of duck behind that and try and get partial cover behind it? I want to still be able to see them, but I don't want to be in direct line of getting shot in the face.
Can get half cover, like +2 AC, I think.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
So make sure you've got your +2.
Thank you. I will... Yeah, and I will await my robot boy.
Robot boy. That's your drone's turn.
Oh, in that case, I will fly the drone out to the side, and can I? Remind me where Jake. Jake, are you close to them, or did you shoot them?
I'm about 20 feet away from them.
He's
25.
Jake and Chase are 30. Oh, you can move 35 feet, Jake?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Jake's 25 feet. Chase, you're 30
Sure.
or 25, depending on your movement.
30 for Chase.
All right,
Cool.
I will just take a pot shot with my gun drone at the lady.
Okay.
That's better. That is a 16 to hit.
Your drone sort of hovers, positions itself, fires, and does indeed hit just. She tries to spin out the way, but it just catches her.
I'd be good with guns, and you could build a robot that's good with guns.
How much damage?
Not great. 5 points of piercing. Ballistic, sorry.
Cool.
She's still on the feet.
Yeah, they both are.
I'm going to use redistribute and throw a hit dice into that damage.
Okay. On your drone.
Yes.
Cool.
Which I don't even know what my hit dice is. I think it's a D10.
What are you, hacker? You're not
Yeah,
a
it's
D10.
D8.
Okay.
You're a hacker, man. You're a wizard, Harry. Are you not? Are you a D8 or a D6?
I'm not a D6.
Let's have a look.
I've been giving it to other people, so I've never done it on myself, so I don't know what I've been giving people.
So a hacker, you are indeed a D8. There are no D6s.
That's extra 5.
Cool. Is it not your hit dice you give to them, or do they use one of their own?
No, I give mine up, one of mine up.
Yeah, so you should be giving them D8s.
Which I have, but because I've never had to roll it, I've been letting them have it. It's been...
Ah, right, I see.
I've never...
Cool,
yeah.
that's cool. Cool, so you... what did you just do? I've completely forgotten what you just
Sorry,
said. Extra points of damage.
Yeah,
I'm all over this professional. Extra 5?
I think so, whatever I just said. I've moved the dice since.
Right, cool, you're having 5. Cool. So you see Sparks just turn and unleash his drone fires at her, he fires at her, he puts a lot of extra effort into firing at her. There's ping echoes going off, it's all going off. Sparks unleashes unholy hell on this poor 16k tried lass. She staggers, she gets shot, she gets ping echoed, she raises her submachine gun to shoot. But she did take a fair whopping. So, that's your drone?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Den, 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 den. Right. He will shoot at Jake.
Okay.
16.
Nope.
24.
Yeah.
Cool. You take 8 points of ballistic damage as he fires off 2 shots at you.
So with my resistance, that's 6.
Cool.
Oh.
She will shoot at Chase. They're 12 and an 8. So she will shoot at Chase, and both just wing over, and they hit the van that you're hiding behind, Sparks. The ting ting ting. The noise that you heard, Sparks, comes round the corner, and it is indeed the maintenance mech that you saw all those years ago. It comes round the corner, stands at the end of the road. Its arms are 2 miniguns. Yep.
Excellent.
It's not doing maintenance anymore.
That's what I wanted to.
It is holding them rather than turned into. Yep. And then you can see that the 2 chains of ammo go to some sort of pack on its back. You're already aware that it has had some work done on it. The pilot of said mech is Bison's partner.
Oh, fuck.
I feel like that's worse than another chase.
It's not. What's her name? Jerry. So.
No. It's the.
I'd be upset if I was gunned down by Jerry.
It's the large, well-muscular chap, the Russian chap. That.
Who was trying to slow with Bison in front of him again?
We'll not talk about that. But yeah, it's Bison's partner. He positions the mech at the end, sees Jake, Chase, and Sparks hiding behind a van, and will unload 2 miniguns down the road. Jean, seeing as you are hidden, just give me a reflex save.
That's +5. 14.
Cool. If I hit you, you'll take half damage. Can Jake, Chase, and Sparks give me a reflex save?
Reflex.
4. 15.
Dexterity, that is.
No, yeah.
That would be a 21.
Oof. Sparks?
Reflex, sorry.
Add a +2 to your reflex instead of the AC for cover.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. I get a
11.
I get a +2. 11.
11.
So, except Jean, what did you get? You're
14.
So that's fine.
Just as a 12-year veteran of building mechs, do I know if they're controlled by a physical control element, or are they controlled through HUDs and an internal communication system?
Yes.
If I knack Eric's comms, is it still pilotable and operational?
A standard maintenance mech, there is usually a control hub because they work in warehouses out on the streets, and there's usually something that accompanies them that is third party for it to get its commands from. A piloted mech can be localized, so you know I'm flying it. I don't need anyone else helping me.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, that's fine.
Fast and Furious Vin Diesel maintenance mech, you've got no idea. So,
We'll be fine.
You know, I laughed at your armor earlier. Yeah.
Sparks, you're taking full damage. Jean, you're taking half damage. Jake, you got a 15.
Yeah.
Cool. You're taking half damage, and Chase is taking half damage.
That scene from RoboCop, with a mech just guns him down onto the table.
This is your
21 points of damage for those that take full.
I'm unconscious.
Cool.
How did you hit us all?
It was just dropped.
They just spray down the road, mate. That's why you do the reflex.
Yeah.
Like a cone of fire, maybe one might say.
My drone will just gently drift to the floor, and the red light will go off.
Those that take half damage round down to 10. As you just hear that start up of it, come flying down the road. Alex, in the distance.
Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper. Yeah, it's ballistic. So if you are wearing armor, it will protect you.
I am wearing ballistic armor. Yeah.
You get D off.
So you take 2 off your 10, mate.
How much DR do I get for a T-shirt?
Will 1 point keep you standing?
Not even close.
Cool. you can have 1 point. So you guys see as the spray comes down, you just all jump. I tell you what does actually happen. Oh dear. The 2 Yakuza just get minced. Just cuts through them. They were already on their way out after the onslaught from yourselves. Alex, in the distance, you can hear quite a lot of rounds getting let off.
I'm going to open up a new tab on my HUD, and I'm going to start searching for a new cyber.
As soon as you said that, I was like, it is definitely. So
2 weeks in a row.
So the happens. The bullets go showering down. The 2 Yakuza get shredded. Jean, you just stay low, and you feel the bullets just sort of across your back, hitting your thigh, your top of your shoulder. Jake and Chase, you just hit the deck and roll out of each other's way. A couple of the bullets hit you, just catching you, grazing you, but you're pretty confident you've missed the full onslaught of the bullets coming at you.
But this thing is holding the miniguns, right?
It is holding the miniguns, yes. Okay.
How far is it from us?
From Sparks, it is about 40 feet. From you two, probably about 55, as soon as you move to engage the Yakuza.
Yeah.
Say 50. You're 10 feet from Sparks, where he's hiding.
Right.
Yep.
I'm not hiding. I'm on the ground.
Oh, hiding well, mate. All right? So you put like possums get away with it, so why can't Sparks? Right. So.
Yeah, but they're pretending to be hurt. The key difference.
So that's end of round 1. Before we initiate into round 2, where Alex, you'll be going first, and I will explain to you the cutscene you see before you as the gunfire goes off and Bison receives a call. But we go into a break. We're going to have a quick break. It's usually we go for half an hour. So people, if you are watching, we're going to go to round 2 of our combat. Shortly after this 10-minute-ish break, where we can go, some of us smoke the dirty death sticks, some of us want to brew, and some of us want to go to the toilet. That's right, Alex, I'm looking at you for one of those 3. So yeah, if you're sticking around, you will see a bit of a slideshow of people that have supported our e-magazine, the stream, just in general, done giveaways and stuff like this. It's just a nice way of saying thank you. If you then go looking for them and use them, great. So have a look at that, and please come back after the break and let your friends know that it's about to go down. So let's see if I've done this right after moving the Streamlabs.
Shut up, no we're not.
Get down in a blaze.
runaway.
And that Sawdust and Swear Words is alright. So
That's
welcome back to welcome back to Heavyweight Gaming. We are currently playing Carbon 2185, a cyberpunk RPG. So just before the break, we entered combat with a maintenance mech that has been tarted up, and the partner of Bison is currently piloting it. Before we go into round 2, this will hurt me, but it's going to hurt Sawdust and Swear Words more in the future. Earlier on, there was a discrepancy. This is the crap about playing online, you see. Tina did indeed smell of peppermint when she was talking to Jean. Yep. That's my bad. I didn't think I dropped that bombshell. It makes sense, but I didn't think I dropped it in there. But yes. Jean, did you tell everyone she smelled of peppermint?
I don't believe so.
No,
I mean,
so Jake cheated. So Sawdust helped him, and RPGs.
He didn't, because I remember the session being annoyed
Can we
that Sparks
retcon
didn't
this
know.
entire combat, because that would have completely changed the outcome.
It can.
No, I remember Jean not telling people, because as Sparks, I was like, oh, if he tells me, I've got more reason to push it, and because
cool.
he didn't say anything, so I'm almost certain you didn't tell anyone.
Cool. So nobody knew, except the people watching.
Didn't she come and sit next to you and lean over and you were flirting with her?
Yes.
Yeah.
She did.
So
I remember her flirting with me. I must admit, I think now you say it, I remember something being said, but I'm kind of like, I feel like I dismissed it as a GM mistake in my head. So
GM mistake.
If you
I'll go back and read my notes.
Cool. I will retcon this combat.
Sure you didn't.
They all failed their minigun saves, and now we're all dead. So campaign 2. Wait for Grace. Wait for Iron Kingdoms.
Character time.
So
I'm still alive.
not for long.
We're making you a new party, basically.
On your tab, Alex, as you're looking for new cyberpunks, it shows you active cyberpunks, and you see Sparks, Sean, Chase, Jake, all skulls that appear next to them. And unrelated to this, Iron Kingdom is going to be a bitch for you, Dave. I'm just saying. So it is round 2 of the combat. You've just seen the maintenance mech turn up at the end of the road and well, not empty, but spray off their 2 miniguns down the road where you lot are. Yep. It is now Alex's go. Alex, 6 seconds have passed in your life. There's been some gunshot in the distance, and you see Bison turn and look in your direction, but not at you. You can assume they're looking, as in metaphorically, in your direction, back to where it's going on. The look on Bison's face changes to a more serious one, not his usual smiling self as he was dealing with Tina and the 216k. He then speaks to the 216k. He keeps his hand to his ear and is speaking, but you can't hear. And a few more of the Bison babies and 16k that were part of the executed start moving towards you, but at least in your direction, as if they're going to something. There's about 15 of them. You noticed that further around the rubble, there's still about 12 to 15 people left, including Bison, Tina, and the 216k that was stood with him. There's about 15 mixed of Bison babies and 16k now hauling ass towards your friends, or at least in that direction.
Okay, so I'll go across the comms. This unit can confirm your distraction has worked amazingly. 15 units of the Bison's babies and 16k triad are making their way in your general direction. This unit suggests that you scarp her.
Yeah, we don't have time for this. This is going to get ugly fast.
That's good for you. So, is
And
that
then, and then this unit will drift back into the building.
It stinks of peppermint, and a grenade goes off. So,
Son of a!
it is now Jean. It's your turn. You've took a couple of hits, but you essentially played dead. You saw Sparks, the van he was hiding behind, get showered with bullets, and then Sparks to sort of slump out from hiding.
How far away?
How far away from Sparks are you? Well, considering you didn't run after him, you're about 50 feet.
Oh, fuck.
I mean, it's going to take them several rounds to get to you. You know, it's 1,200 metres. Foot, but metres, whatever.
It's not them I'm worried about, it's the fucking mech.
Why?
First thing I'll do is I'll very quick. I'm sprinting towards. I have no choice, but is there some cover around Sparks around the floor?
There is a ruined, burnt-out van that can give you
holes.
that will give you enough cover to give you a +2 to your AC.
Yeah, right. I am going to dash forward. As I'm running, I'm going to take a picture of the mech and send it to Alex. Our only chance is if you can flank this thing is the accompanying text message. So I'll run with my movement action, I'll dash with my action, and I will skid to the floor behind the cover, reach out my arm, and use my bonus action to heal Sparks.
Boom. Sparks, your nanites kick in, and you feel life rush through your body.
Mm-hmm.
You get whatever Jean tells you.
7. 7, 5, 12. Plus my tech mod.
Math, John. Math.
Yeah. No, sorry, I'm trying to find my tech mod. 15 points of damage back.
Boom.
Jesus Christ.
What is that?
That's my quick heal. 1d4 per dock level.
Oh, nice. Cool, so you're up.
You rolled well then.
Right,
yeah, nice.
So you're up. That's all of Jean's turn. Jake.
What's still moving besides just the mech towards us? Nothing else in the alley.
Yeah, just the mech. You saw Jean run past you and essentially slide through a bit of rubble. You can hear the gasping of air as Sparks returns from the dead, almost. What happens if massive mech up the road from you?
This is going to be a fun question. What happens if 2 different people grab hold of a biolinked weapon that's linked to both of them?
Let me know if you do it.
I mean, we probably won't because it must have been changed to fit the boyfriend. But it would have been a fun thing if it was a chase instead.
Sorry, I read that wrong in my notes. It's not adding my tech mod. It's just 12 points. It's the basic one that adds my tech mod. I get the tech mod times to do it with the quick one.
Okay. So you got 12 Sparks, not 15 or whatever it was.
That's fine.
Cool. So what are you doing, Jake?
Is there any cover nearby?
There's a fair amount. Probably enough to give you the +2. There's enough rubble, and there's the van obviously and stuff, and corner of a building that you could get behind to give you your +2. It's not an amazing standing building, but
I'll get the gun back out and take cover.
So you rush to the corner of the building, or you diving behind a bit of heaped rubble, or
let's say corner. I want to stay within at least. Actually, no, I have 100 feet to work with. Corner of the building.
Cool. And
I'm guessing that's within 100 feet of him.
Yeah.
Of the mech.
Do you fire, or do you just run to that cover?
I will fire. I'll fire when I get there. It's about the same for me anyway.
Cool. So you rush to the corner of the building. It's what's left of that building that you're at, and you fire.
That's probably rough.
It's only 50 feet from you.
It's the same up to 100, I think, based on the chat we had.
Cool.
That's a 15 plus 21 total.
So your bullet hits Bison's partner, and you see blood pour from the shoulder. Do you damage?
7.
7. Ding 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 ding.
I'll do that now. I'll do it later.
Cool.
So, I think I have a wait. Where's my mask on?
How
Sorry,
wounded
a
does he
technical issue.
How wounded as well, look?
look? Bison's partner.
No idea. Shot in the shoulder.
Is
Right,
this mech? Is this mech like fully encased, or is it like
open.
the one? It's open, isn't it? Like the one in Alien.
Like an
Exactly,
alien,
exactly like the one in Alien.
Yeah.
I'm going to do action surge.
Cool.
So I'm going to shoot again. See how this goes. That's exactly the same roll, 21.
Cool. Give me your damage.
8. And I'm also going to second wind.
As a bonus to heal yourself.
Yes.
Cool.
So that's 1d10 plus Enforcer.
I'll use redistribution and give you a D8 on the damage as well.
Can you do it on any roll?
Sorry?
Oh, just damage. Cool, do your damage. So.
Yeah, it's just an extra D8 on the damage.
Didn't have any D8s ready, damn it. Where's my D8? That'll do. Another 4.
Cool. So after the spraying of bullets, Jean runs across, slides through the rubble, pumps healing into Sparks. Sparks' nanites kick in and bring him back. Jake runs across to the rubble of a bit of a building nearby, ducks behind it, fires, calls on his training to muster himself to fire again in quick succession, and then takes a deep breath. His nanites kick in and takes his second wind kicks in. So after Jake...
8 plus 3. Last thing I do on my turn is I'm just gonna say I don't think this is a fight we should stick around for over the comms.
Cool. So you all hear that? Alex is like, what fight? Sparks, you're up. No, you're not, sorry. Chase, you're up.
Okay. The mech's now here. This will be the perfect time to Fury. So Fury.
I'd like to nerd rage.
I'm 50 foot from the mech, you say?
Yep.
I will throw a grenade at the mech.
Mech has
Try
to
and
do a dex save, yeah?
1 second, I had that up.
Dex of 15. It got a 20.
Yeah.
So it takes half damage.
Which I don't believe you give us the mark, but I think it's just the mark 1, which is 2d8 piercing.
Yep, so roll 2d8.
2d8.
And half the damage.
It got 11 total, so is it round down?
Round down.
So 5 points.
5 points. You throw the grenade, it explodes, the frag pieces scatter into the air, ricochet off the mech's metal parts. As the bits that hit Bison's partner, you see them hit him and then meld into whatever he's wearing.
And then...
And no damage seems to have been done to either of them.
Can I then shoot him?
Yep.
Yep, and I will shoot him.
Cool.
Nat 20.
Boom. So what are you shooting with?
My heavy pistol, which is 2d6 ballistic, and I'm shooting with armor piercing.
Cool.
So it's 6 and 11 points of piercing. Armor piercing.
11 points of piercing.
Armor piercing.
Double it. So 22 points of armor piercing. Because of your nat 20, or did you already double it?
No, I didn't double that. I didn't know you rolled double damage on nat 20.
Yeah, so on a critical, when you score a critical hit, you get to roll extra dice. Oh, okay. For example, roll 2d4 rather than 1d4. Yeah, so it's up to you. You can essentially roll. We'll go with just double it. It's a gun.
Okay.
So yeah, so roll your damage and then double it. So you got 22 points of damage to Bison's partner.
Can I stick the middle finger up at him as I'm doing that?
Oh, it was you that was flirting, wasn't it?
Yes.
That just fits even better.
So you can, but they don't see it as they fall as they fall forwards, limp.
Hey!
Jean, you can now see.
Piss Bison off
me,
more.
Give me a perception check.
Yeah. 21.
21. Bison's partner is dying.
Good man.
So, the mech does not react at all to the death of Bison's partner.
As in it keeps going,
as in
or
it keeps going.
What is
Its stance has not changed whatsoever. So, Chase, is that you done? You're furied. So Chase just roars at the sky.
I furied, I threw a grenade, and I shot. I can't move my movement at this point,
You
can I?
can't shoot and throw a grenade.
Ah.
So you didn't shoot, and you didn't get an nat 20, and you didn't drop Bison's partner. If you look at episode 2 hours 15 minutes in, another kipper. Yeah, so
that still be an offhand shot?
throwing a. There's what, sorry?
Wouldn't that still be an offhand shot?
No, because he furied with his bonus action.
Okay.
So, Chase, that's you done. Sparks, you're up. Literally, you just got.
So, are we retconning the Bison's dying thing?
Yeah.
I apologise on that one. I didn't
That's alright.
realise.
That's alright. What are you doing, Sparks?
It was fun. Just imagine that in the moment. All the stress.
During your fury, you got so angry you imagined yourself blowing Bisons over half away. Sparks, come on, dude.
I'm thinking of
Go on, Dad. Come on, Dad.
how far am I away from Bison's partner?
50 feet.
50. Is there anything between me and him, other than the van? Is there anything like down to the side? Is there any?
No, it's a straight run.
Christ. Jesus
Shit
Christ. Do I go for it or not?
Go for what?
Or not. Or
Probably not.
Did Chase run forward or did he just rage in place?
Did you run 30 feet forward, Jess?
That was what I was trying to ask before. You said I couldn't throw. I was say, can I move the 30 feet as well forward?
You can. So in a turn, you can move, bonus action, and action.
So I will have moved 30 feet
Yeah.
forward.
So you
as well,
move forward. So yeah, he did move. So he's 20 feet from the mech.
Oh, I'm going to risk all this on a single fucking save. Let's do it. I'm going to do it. I'm gonna
Jake did say over the comms, this is not a fight we can win. Just as a reminder to people, you carry on.
I'm going to run up alongside Chase, and I'm going to try and blind him with blind the mech with overload.
Cool. What's the save? Is it
Mind
mine?
save, please.
Nat 20.
Sparks about to die.
Oh, I could have gone better.
So for those watching, we're going to need a replacement for Sparks, a replacement for Chase, but we may have another Chase that might want to join.
Oh, so I used my whole movement to get there, blew my action trying to overload, and the only reaction I have is shutting down my own comms unit.
It might work.
Seems
You're
somewhat.
probably about to get some shit, so you might want to consider that.
You never know, mate. It might,
Yeah, I've got
that
nothing
might
else.
be the kryptonite the mech needs.
I have literally nothing else I can do. Come on, Guns
So
Road.
you're
Let's
riding
leave
hope for the
you.
best.
Right, cool. So
What about your drone?
It's his turn.
It's
your
on
next.
its own initiative.
Yeah.
All right.
So is that you done, Sparks? Literally?
Yes.
Stick a fork in you. It's your drone's turn.
Fuck that natural 20, man. Right, drone is.
If we were gonna like fuck a natural 20, I'd rather have Chase's one back.
Gun drone is going to. Yeah, shoot Bison's partner in the face.
Cool. Fire.
No one's within 5 feet of him, is there? I'm not
No.
5 feet.
No.
It's not brilliant. Plus 15.
Plus 15?
No, 15.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, the bullet just chings. It hits the metalwork of the mech and goes pating and buggers off.
With things like EMP rounds designed to hurt mechs, does that give bonus to damage or does that give like advantage? I couldn't find what it actually does other than be better.
EMP rounds.
Because the drone's loaded with EMP rounds that I got off the black market last session.
Let's have a look at EMP rounds, shall we? Ammo types. Page 81 in this beautiful book. Oh, I love it. It's so much easier with the book.
Well, again, I might just be blind and not seeing
So
it.
it's an ionized bullet, charged with a small electrical pulse, almost blah blah blah. It just does extra electrical damage.
So it turns the damage type into electrical.
Yes, and there are certain combat mechs that are vulnerable to electric, so it'd be double damage on that shot.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, in which case I stand there with my drone, with Chase, out in the open street.
Yeah, it's cool. That's brilliant. Your drone's had its turn. It's its go.
That blind would have been wonderful.
So I roll to see if it gets its spray back. On a 6, 5, you jammy shit. So it's just going to shoot you instead. So as Bison's partner's in there, they make eye contact with Chase and Sparks, and they just narrow. Like there is a hatred beyond. You are only 20 feet. Did you stand upside of Chase? Yeah, so full movement, so you both. So you're 20 feet from Bison's partner.
Somebody ring Cherry. Tell her Bison's on the roof.
You see absolute hatred, all sense of combat. What's the word? Strategy gone. They do not like either of you two.
A dying action and a ring Cherry.
You go for it.
And hang up.
She hits Bison.
You will see Bison's partner push forward on the 2 levers in their hand and then slam them together, almost like a bit of a fist bump to themselves. And 2 shoulder cannons go and flick over the
Of course they do. Why not? Fuck the miniguns. Let's have cannons. Hammering it.
And they sort of telescopic out to a finer point, where as though they are single target, high velocity weapons of death. Yeah.
If anyone's seen the Emperor's New Groove, it's the llama gif of Bring It On.
Chase, Sparks, you see a green dot on either of you as the first one fires at Chase.
Try and rub it off.
Yeah. It's real, it's really in there, like a proper stain, like you
like
spend,
a cat trying to get it on the wall.
You spend your death saving throws trying to rub it off. So the first one that goes at Sparks. What's your AC, Sparks?
I'm guessing I don't get an AC bonus from the van anymore. So my AC's 13.
Alright, so we'll do some damage on you. As a large projectile piece of metal comes flying out of these shoulder cannons and it hits you square in the chest. Give me a fortitude save.
Oh dear.
While I damage your fist.
17.
You are not prone, but you take 22 points of damage.
I'm unconscious.
But you are knocked back 10 feet.
What's your outright dead rules? Minus full health below 0.
Yeah. No, so double your max hit points in one shot.
Okay, I'm fine then. I'm just unconscious.
So no matter what hit points you're on, I don't care if you're on 1 hit point, the damage has to be double your max hit points. So if your max is 10, I'd have to hit you for 20, no matter where you are on the scale.
I'm just blasted onto my arse unconscious, and the drone just slowly hovers down next to me again.
Cool. It is bludgeoning damage that you take. You are put back 10 feet, and you are prone and obviously dying. The green dot on you, Chase, you just see that slug of metal hit Sparks. 19.
Oh, you bastard.
I believe
Yes,
that's it.
that hits.
Having an AC of 13.
You take 13 points of bludgeoning, but because you are Furying, it is halved down to 6. Obviously rounded down. So you take 6 points of bludgeoning. You are knocked back 10 feet. Give me a fortitude save.
Fortitude. Oh, I'm proficient in that one.
Cool.
That would be a plus. That's a 16.
Cool. You are not knocked prone. You are not knocked prone. There you go. So yeah, but you are still pushed. So you do a bit of an anime slide as this slug of metal hits you and pushes you back. Bison's. Who are you? Lot speak Russian.
Yeah, the guy that's on the floor.
Jake, do you speak Russian? No, cool. So
Yeah, I speak Russian.
Bison's
Fluent.
over
Was the past life.
shouts something in Russian angrily.
Fantastic.
When it hits my chest and I'm still standing, can I stick ones up at him at that point?
You can indeed.
Chase is my spirit animal.
So Chase, remember the damage you've taken in total. So what hit points are you on? Because
I have taken 14 out of 33 altogether.
cool. So
Yep, 33 back in HP.
he's a barbarian.
He's the barbarian.
So Jean, you obviously wear your advanced kit tells you people's vitals. Yep. He will then fly up 40 feet in the mech. Your go, Alex. 12 seconds have passed, and in that
Gravy time.
Oh, gravy time! Thank you for the follow, Ragnarok. Oh, that's a beautiful name. 847. Thank you very much for the follow. So, in your 12 seconds that has passed, Bison has received a call. Lots of gunfire has gone off. Bison has then ordered 15 16k triad and his own gang Bison babies to head towards somewhere. Happens to be in the direction that you've just come from. You've radioed through to say distraction worked, run away. You've not had anything back to say no, but you haven't heard anything yet.
I heard
Jean say flank it.
Yeah,
John sent-
the
John
picture
sent
and flank it. It's our only hope. And then I don't think this is a fight we can win. We should probably run away. At which point 413X was like,
You lose all the fights you don't take. That's the saying, right?
pretty much.
we were this close to glory. We had glory dangled in front of us by the GM, and it's been snatched away.
Retcons.
Excuse me. But yeah, cool. The whole area stinks of peppermint, and I feel great. In fact, it's my new deodorant from now on. I'm just going to rub peppermint on me.
Was Chase within 30 foot of me, by the way?
30 foot of you?
Yeah.
Yeah, he will be, because I
Well,
was next to Chase and I ran 30 feet forward and
Yeah.
I was
And then
next
they've
to you.
come
So
10 foot back, so
Chase
they're only
is-
20 foot away from
Chase was 30, then was moved to 20 from you.
Right. So he's
Orderly.
closer than he was, and he was just subject to attack. All right, cool.
I think I'm just going to try and drift away from the scene and circle round, but not where I think there's six. Do the triads and that look like they're going to run down the main road to try and get to this slot?
I think you've got 16 triads. Believe in yourself a little bit.
They just
15 triads, mate, and yeah, 413X, 40 years in the army, knows you can't take that.
that's why
But
perception.
not my spirit animal sparks.
So I said 10 of them are running down the main street, and then the other 5 branch off into the alleyways. So you'd be ninjaing through very it'd be rolls. You'd be doing some rolls, mate, to avoid getting spotted.
That's okay. I'm good with rolling for it.
That's
RNG, it's how it
that's
works.
only if you go the same direction as them. If you want to circle round, it'll take you longer to get back, but you wouldn't have to roll to avoid them.
No, I'm going to try and keep ahead of them by utilising my abilities as a scoundrel to take bonus actions of dashing and diving and hiding
Yeah,
and
cool.
running.
You notice that a few of them are keeping pace with you. Yep,
Nice.
maybe about 6 of them.
Well, I'm going to go down the
Yeah.
alleyways, the
Yeah,
route
so
that
you-
I took. So
You're going to stick as best hiding as you can. Can you give me a stealth check?
Yep.
Your first stealth check.
25.
Skadoosh. Cool. So you're immediate venturing off, using your speed and your ability to quick foot across rubble and such and not worry about it too much. It doesn't seem anyone's reacted to you or gone, whoa, what's over there? You know, they're still intent on going where they're going. You are 1,200 feet, so meters, feet, whatever we said. You're a long way away.
You kept saying feet.
Yeah.
You kept saying meters and then correcting yourself to feet. So
It's
I'll
2/3
just-
of a mile
Yeah.
in feet. So what's that? 3,600. It's like 4,000 feet away.
Something like that. But
Yeah.
I thought they'd moved a bit closer to me, so only a third of a mile. But
They didn't
know
move.
distance.
They didn't. They were 2/3 of a mile from you when Sparks set off running.
Ah, right. Okay.
Yeah. So this fight happened really quick. So you're going to be making your way back. Jean, you're up.
Fuck.
What's the matter, Jean? What's the matter? Why don't you flirt with it, John? Huh? Why don't you disguise yourself, baby? Throw a performance check out. Come at me, is what I'm trying to say, John.
What, 40 foot in the air?
Oh. Never go to option C, I'm just saying, kids.
How far out into the middle of the street are we? The buildings on the side, roughly? I mean,
you're literally, so the van that you're hiding behind is a parking space, so you're on a path and there's a building next to it, but the building's ruined. But it's still, if you wanted to hide in it or try to use it as cover, it would work.
Yeah, I'm going to... Jesus. I'm going to run into that building from where I am to get better cover, basically.
Okay, you do so. You're now at +2.
Can I do it in a way as to run past Sparks and still make it into the building?
No, Sparks is in the middle of the street because he decided to join chase in the middle of the street in front of the massive death machine mech because that's what hackers and robomancers do.
Yeah, I've seen them do that. I'm not convinced myself. Right, as I do it, I'm going to I'll take a pot shot. I may as well take a pot shot at this thing. With my heavy pistol.
Okay.
19.
Hits. So you're running into the building, yeah? Take cover in the building. Cool. You run in. Boom.
I will focus all my know-how and engineering into that shot and impose max damage.
Okay.
Just for the sake of it. There's no bonus on a pistol for damage, is there? So it's just 2d6. So 12 damage.
The bullet misses the mechanical frame and hits Bison's partner, and blood is pouring out. You can see the colour change in their shirt, although their shirt did quite well at absorbing the frag grenade.
Yeah. Question. Yeah, and as I kind of go into the building, I'm going to repair a piece of the building using my cybernetics expertise as a bonus action to improve the quality of cover in front of me.
Okay.
Between me and the mech, basically.
Lovely. So if I don't roll a 6 on that d6. So you rock in, fire, and then you put your nanites to work, and they quickly start repairing the cover in front of you, and you can see that stone and metal, and it's a real good Blue Peter effort. So your AC is up to a +5 bonus now.
Oh, nice. I'll take that.
Looks like Tracy Island.
Yeah.
Because that's all I ever remember that Blue Peter kept making was Tracy Island.
Made out of bog rolls. So that's you, Jean. Jake, you are still behind the building, 50 feet away. Chase and Chase is still standing. Sparks is dying. Other than Jean, who can heal?
Yeah, Sparks.
Cool.
Me.
Cool. And Alex, brilliant.
Just them two. Oh, okay.
I'm assuming you're nano packing. Yeah.
Cool. I even gave one to Sparks. Not that he can use it. He's unconscious on the floor.
Right, is it me then? Just you said a few names.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jake. It's your turn, Jake.
Yeah.
Unless Sean wants to
take him down. It's our only shot.
Did Alex tell us that more are coming this way?
He did. He said there was 15 coming this way. And
Oh, they're coming
Scarpa.
from
He told you to Scarpa. You also
They're coming
told them
from
to Scarpa.
Everyone's dead to Scarpa.
Well, we should have a while because they're as far as he is, and he was quite a bit away.
You do have a one. That is true.
Not a whole lot, so I'd like to.
I mean,
not
to be fair,
this
like
up.
you're only in the 18th seconds of the fight, so it's not like.
They've got,
right,
they've
it's
got,
40
they've
foot
got
in the air, was it?
2/3 miles run to make. They're going to be at least 2 minutes.
And it's not like Sparks has been dying every 6 seconds. Oh wait.
So yeah.
No, there was at least 1 6-second period he was alive.
Yeah.
No, because he fell over at the end of that 6-second period.
Yeah, it's about 4.5 seconds.
It was live for about 5, yeah. Perhaps.
So
Hey,
you're,
if that blind had gone
so-
through, I'd be hailed as a hero right now, damn it.
yeah.
Probably, yeah.
But he didn't. There we go.
Alright, so he's 40 foot in the air,
Yep.
right? I'm gonna back up so I'm. I thought I heard something.
I saw
So
it,
I'm
yes, I saw
like
it.
just on the edge of my range, so I'm 100 feet away from him.
Yep.
Ideally behind cover still, somewhere around there. Is there cover about 100 feet away from him, back where the way we came?
Yeah, you can find cover enough to give you some to keep that +2. So you want to make sure that
Cool.
you're 100 feet from them.
I want to be at the edge of my range to shoot, which is 100 feet now with my helmet upgrades.
Okay.
I'm sorry, the limit of my non-disadvantaged shoot.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna get 100 feet away, stay in cover, and then shoot the bastard.
Can you get 100 feet away?
I
shoot.
was. How far away was I again?
You were 50 feet from them, from when they were on
Okay,
the
I'll
floor.
wait. How far am I from when they're from in the air?
Oh, trigonometry.
About 50. Just go with 50.
3, 4,
Close to
5.
Yeah.
Okay, 85 then, because that's as much as I can go.
Cool. So you buggy 85 feet. You're now 85 feet away.
And then I shoot the bastard.
Cool. Poor Bison's partner. Yeah.
And I don't think I hit it. 13.
You did not. The bullet just
I tried.
whizzes over.
And I don't think I have any bonuses left. I don't have a second gun.
That's
Nope, that's it.
Chase. Next to you is Sparks bleeding out.
Right, this is going to sound so cheesy right now, but I'm going to try it. Because of what I have where is it?
I have
Mouth
the
to
target.
mouth.
Adventurous position, you have a climb speed of 30 foot. If I use my athletics or acrobatics, could I effectively jump and reach the mech?
Yeah.
You can,
And it was,
but you've only got 20 feet of movement left. You've only got 30 feet of movement.
yep,
They're 20 feet from you in a straight line and 40 feet up in the air in the middle of the street. So you'd have to run to a building, climb up the building, shimmy along to where the mech is, then leap across, which would
That's
take
what was
you
it.
about 3 rounds. You could.
You can
I
keep
mean,
shooting
it is
the entire
badass, mate, to be fair. If you pull it off, you
that's why I said could I
probably...
use the acrobatics and athletics to increase that so it's done quicker.
No.
Nah,
So people that climb, so you know, Chase, people climbing, they climb at half speed. You climb at
think
full
you'd-
speed. So if
You'd have,
Sean...
I think you'd have had a better shot claiming that you could count the 20 from the last roll you made.
Yeah.
that was my next question.
Oh no, always
No.
start with that one.
So yeah,
Right.
so normal people will climb at half speed. You climb
Yep.
at full speed. So there's no athletics, acrobatics to increase it.
Right.
It's just you're good at climbing.
That's fine. I will shoot him.
Cool.
I can see it's not the rule of cool then.
Right,
not when he's trying to backflip off a building, Assassin's Creed it.
He's got
So-
a 5%.
That's
chance.
pretty cool.
He's got a 5% chance of doing it.
Jeez.
not quite. I got a 19.
Oh,
Oh,
19 hits.
such a
Um,
tease.
19, and then roll for damage. But because I'm Furying, it gives me
+2.
+2, so that's
Does it
still
not give you
2d6.
+2 to your melee strikes, not to your gun?
When you make a weapon attack using strength, so
You don't use strength on your guns.
Dex.
You use
push
dex.
the bullet faster.
And also it says melee.
Either way,
matter, so
it's
just
not on your
base.
gun. It's only when you're actually hitting somebody with something.
Right.
Fist, sword, head.
So that's 8 points of piercing, armor piercing again. 8 points.
Bison's partner, head drops.
Hey!
I was literally about to say, for a second shot, if I can use my bonus action.
The mech's,
What happens to the what happens to the mech?
Nothing. It's still carrying on as per.
Standby mode.
What are you
Hello?
doing, Jess? Nothing's
So
happened.
it's not pointing any guns at
No,
us
it's
anymore
still,
now.
it does not look like anything's changed over the Bison's partner's head has dropped to their chest. It is still lit up. It still has 4 weapons pointing at you lot. It's still flying in the air. Ah, yes! The angels used the... Angel La Luna has used the Grumpy Puskins emote.
I can't do nothing about a flying mech. So I look at Sparks.
I think you got your other plan.
Don't you have 2 shots to get 2 guns?
Yeah, but he's already dead, so no point.
Is he?
Autopilot potentially? I don't know.
All right, with my bonus action, is it?
Yep.
Can I shoot the mech in like a vulnerable spot part?
I'll
Like
let
the
you know.
pilot.
I'll let you know. So
Right,
you can aim for what you believe a vulnerable shot to be. Give me a engineering. Give me a.
He's
the
just
mechanics.
aiming for the crotch, right?
Give me a mechanics. Give me a mechanics roll.
So is that just a base D20?
D20 plus your mechanics score.
I don't have that, so
So it's your tech, mate.
Tech.
tech.
It's the 5th one
Oh.
down on the left.
That's a +1, so that is
D20
a
plus 1.
17.
Cool. You reckon if you shoot near the control area where Bison's partner is on it, it'll do an extra D4 damage.
Can I pop it there then?
If you hit it, yeah.
Yep. So roll to hit again.
Yep. Don't
So this is just a
don't
base.
don't add your dex. So it's a
Yeah,
D20
this is-
plus 2.
That's a 16 plus 2.
Cool. Your bullet plus 2. So you rolled a
Yep.
16 and add 2.
Yeah.
All right. So you got an 18.
18.
Right. Cool. Because you missed with a 16. But you hit with an 18, which is why you need to tell me the total score. So yeah. So you just hit. Like for a moment, you sort of slipped forward and you thought the bullet was going to spin off because you were using your offhand, but you just hit the mech. So roll your damage for that heavy pistol and an additional D4.
So 2d6. That's 6, and then the d4. 10 altogether.
10. You do 10 points.
And that's with the armor piercing again.
Cool. You see a bit of smoke coming out of the control panel, and then some like a spray of steam or something like white smoke that jets out, and the smoke disappears.
And then that is me, I believe, done.
Cool, Sparks. You know what you're doing. Roll me a D20 for a death
been a
saving
while.
throw.
That went on the floor.
Over exuberance.
He's so keen. To
That's a
fail.
nat 1.
Is that what, on the
dear.
floor?
No, I re-rolled it in the tray and just got a straight nat 1.
If you can't hit the tray, you can't hit the save. So, that one means you lose
That's 2 fails, isn't it?
2 death saving throws failed.
That's not what you wanted. I've been on. To be fair, ever since Spark started, I've rolled 1 good roll. Like I don't think I've ever had a decent session.
Your drone crashes beside you.
Drone goes if I'm drone's linked to my consciousness. If I'm unconscious, drone's gone.
Yeah, so it crashes next to you.
It's already crashed.
So, it already crashed. Oh, I see what you mean. I do apologise. Does it take damage?
No, I figured if I go unconscious, it would just have like a basic. It would just land and turn off.
No, I mean, can it take damage?
Oh yeah.
It's
If it
not
gets
linked to you.
shot,
All right, cool. Roll me a d6.
it's got health points and armor like any
Cool, roll a
normal
D6
character. 5.
Cool. It takes
Or
5
D6.
points of bludgeoning as it crashes next to you when it crashed previously. So, after Sparks, it's the drone. Now it's the mech's turn. Let's see if the spray comes back.
don't even know how much health it's got. Let me have a look. How much damage? 5.
5. Oh, 5 again. You fucking. So it can't see Jean. You now see lots of green beams come out, similar to the ones that were on Chase and Sparks, almost in a 360, and they start like moving around all over the rubble and stuff, looking for a target. They fall on Chase, Sparks. They don't fall on Jake, and they don't fall on Jean. There is one hovering near Jean, but it can't quite lock on Jean.
Disadvantage because I'm prone.
Yeah, mate, yeah.
Surely now you're horizontal to it, though, so it's easier to hit you.
So from 40 foot in the air, all these tiny little red sparks fly out from it, and they all start raining down to the ground. Right. So can I have a dex save from Chase? And no dex save from Sparks.
I'm dead.
As these little orange, almost light bulbs.
Is this an attack?
It is an attack, yes.
Okay, but it's not an attack with a roll to hit.
It is not. It is a AOE save.
Cool. Just checking.
These little red-orange light bulbs shatter, and fire starts engulfing the pavement and stuff where all these little light bulbs explode. Chase, give me a reflex save. Jean, give me a reflex save with advantage because of your massive cover.
My dex save, what you asked for, was a 16.
16, cool. You take half of this fire damage that you're about to take.
22 on the reflex save.
Cool. So you both take 9 points of fire damage.
Wait, me or Jake? Because I'm in cover. You said it couldn't see me.
I said you got advantage on your reflex save, so it couldn't focus.
Yeah, but before
on
that, you said
so
it
the
didn't,
green light couldn't focus on you, so it shut the AOE out.
Right.
So there's now fire burning everything, like a bit like a liquid napalm fire.
Yeah, and I think I'm too far for it to reach me then.
So what did I say? 9.
5
So
feet.
you both take 4 points of fire damage. Jean, you take 4 points. Chase, you take 4 points of fire damage.
Presume we still get our armor's effect from that.
Your armor's effect?
Damage reduction from our armor.
It's only on ballistics.
It's only on ballistics.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you have fire damage resistance, yes, but no.
If that deals any damage to me, I'm dead outright.
Yes.
That's my third death save.
You fire engulfs the area around Chase and that. Sparks. Chase, you see flame take hold of Sparks, and where he was shallow breathing before, he's no longer breathing.
How much damage would that do to the drone?
To the drone, it would have been 9 points of fire damage.
You see, just like a Terminator-style red light just go.
And then a little mechanical thumb. So now the entire area is burning fire. Jake, it's well out of your range. It's a 60-foot area.
Jeez.
Who goes next?
Alex is. Alex can have another stealth check.
$24.
Cool. For a brief second, as they're moving around, you can see now that there's about 6 of them ahead of the rest, keeping similar speed to yourself as they're jumping around and just avoiding the the more rougher terrain and keeping it smooth. One of them looks across to where you are, looks straight at you, don't even bat an eyelid, and carries on running. Doesn't acknowledge you, but you see them look straight at you. Yep. So Alex is ninjaing along. Jean.
Chase, get to the mech, shut it down. It might still recognise your pan.
Wasn't a Chase piloting it? It was someone else.
Just Jeffing run.
Yeah, Alex. By the way, on your turn, do you do anything other than sneak?
Only open the comms and go.
How's it going?
This unit hopes that you have made at least 200 feet worth of distance from wherever your firefight is. There are currently 6 rather fast runners
I will then send Bison a message via text. And the message will be very simple. I'm the only chance to save his life. Stand down, stand the mech down, or your partner is dead.
Cool.
Such a badass.
Immediately, you get a smiley face back.
Okay. And I'll heal myself.
Okay. You heal yourself. Are you moving anywhere?
No, I'm staying fully in cover. In my cover.
Yeah. Hunker down. So that's Jean's go. Jake, you're 85 feet away. 15 feet from you, the floor is on fire.
The floor is lava.
Yeah.
So did Jean just decide to stay where it's on fire?
Yes. But he is harder to hit, so, it swings around most of it.
Well, I heard the fire does roll low on attacks, so you never know.
It will be less fire damage per round that he's in it than the initial, but yeah.
Back off a little bit more because I was on 85, so go up to the 100 and then shoot the mech.
Cool.
I'll just plain shoot. I'm not going to try and... no, I have magnification, so I should get a good look at it to try and aim at sensitive areas if I can figure out where it is. How is my mechanics and engineering? It is rubbish.
I'm giving you a hint.
You want to do your mechanics roll as well?
Yes, please, Alex. I'm already as far away as I can, but
I will say. Is this beyond the normal range of the pistol, and you're using the?
I'm still beyond the normal. Yes.
But on yours, so because you're going beyond the normal, but using your ranged, even if you knew where to shoot it, you won't get your extra.
Okay, that's a fair point. So just do my normal shot then, because.
Yep.
I feel like we need new terms for my magnifying range and the basic range. Right, let's see how this one does. That is a 8. That definitely hits because that's an 18 plus something.
Okay,
24.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Let's see how the D6s do. I almost knocked the dice tower over. That's a 9.
9.
This dice is going in a bin.
You can put it with Sparks' character sheet, maybe fine. So you can.
You get the Sparks mini, put it in an envelope full of glitter, and mail it to your house.
No, that'll offend me. I'll give you that.
Gravy time.
Gravy time. Thank you very much, Angel Wick, for the follow. So, Jake,
Sparks with love.
As you pop off your shot from 100 feet away, it hits, and you see smoke come out of something that you've hit or caught or opened, and more steam appears, and that smoke disappears back in. Dun, 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 dun.
I'm just gonna shout again at the end, just guys, this way.
Jess, you hear over the comms from about, I don't know, 24 seconds ago, Alex saying run, Jake saying run, Alex asking if you'd got away from the firefight, Jean telling Alex to flank it, Sparks dying, Jake saying this way. What do you do?
Gonna climb the building.
I backflip onto the mech.
Sparks is down next to me.
Down.
My corpse is on fire.
There's fire all around you, mate. All around you. All on the road, onto the buildings where you saw Jean run. It's nowhere near Jake. He's well outside its range.
Interesting fact, you can actually run 60 feet in a round.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I will pick Sparks up.
Doctor?
You'll pick Sparks
up and run.
Yeah.
Which will be your action to pick Sparks up.
Bonus action to move, or
no, you'd have to use your action to run an extra 30 feet.
Still pick him up.
Hey!
Oh, such a hero. Take some fire damage. Sorry, was that a bit soulless?
You pick Sparks up. He's on fire. Do you pick the drone up as well, or do you leave it?
Oh, there's a drone there as well.
Oh yeah. It's massive, mate. It's like 4-foot disc. It's not it compacts down onto his back, but when he lets it out, it's a 4-foot disc with a gun on it.
Pick it up as well.
Jesus. All right.
Oh.
So you grab Sparks and you run 30 feet trying to get out the fire. You've still got another 30 feet to go before you're out the fire. So take 1 point of fire damage.
Yep.
That you don't have. Who knew? But yes, so that is your go, my good man. Jean, you can see Chase grab Sparks and head towards Jake away from the mech fight. After Chase, it is Sparks' go. Whee! It's the drone's go. Whee! It's now the mech's go. You get a text message, Jean, of 2 smiley faces, 2 skulls, and then an angry face at the end from Bison. Yep. And then the mech,
Like my ex.
the mech starts going backwards away from you. Yep.
Away from me specifically.
Away from not away from you, but away from where it is. It just goes straight back in a line. Yep, and it gets about 60 feet away. So it's now 160 feet from Jake, and it is what, 90 feet from you. And then yeah, that's what it'll do. It's Alex's go. Give me another stealth roll. I will actually have to. That's a fail.
24.
Cool. Hang on. The one. No. So.
Did you not want me to make a stealth roll?
I did. I'm just doing the death saving throws for Bisons. So yes, it is moving away from you. Alex 24. So yeah, again, there are moments where you actually cross paths with 2 of them as they go into one building and you come across another, and it's almost a ballet of stealthy folk avoiding each other.
It's beautiful ballet. This is the kind of game that I look forward to. You know, not any of this shooting malarkey. God, that's dangerous stuff. The beautiful ballet of like parkouring through, you know, District 5.
It is smooth, slick, elegant. Jean, you are one-man medic band on fire. So let me know if you move out.
Is that little meme, the dog in the house has a cup of tea? Everything's okay.
As you sit there with this nano-built table.
I'll run forward.
Forward.
Towards the mech.
But staying in the building just to get a beat. Basically, I'm gonna pop out and take a shot at the mech.
Okay. So you move 30 feet?
How far away is it from me? 90 foot?
Yep.
And on the range on a heavy pistol, if it's in the max range, I roll at disadvantage, don't I?
Correct.
Are
you shooting at the mech or are you shooting at Bison's partner?
I'm going to shoot at Bison's partner. I'm going to run 30 feet towards it, and I'm going to shoot at Bison's partner.
And what, 60 foot? Is that normal range or disadvantage? I don't know what.
Normal range at 60 foot.
Cool.
Yeah. So I'm taking the fire.
Is it the gun that I gave you?
Yeah. 6180.
That's 50.
What are you firing, John?
Heavy pistol. I've got it written down as 6180.
It's the KHMA heavy pistol, so it's 6180.
Fancy one.
Somebody spent a lot of time in the military.
21.
21 hits. You see the bullet hit. Yeah, you successfully hit Bison's partner. The bullet sinks in. There's just a movement in Bison's partner.
There's 7 points of damage for what it's worth.
Noted.
And I'll send a little text message to Bison of a gun emoji and a skull emoji. The smiley face.
Oh, that's cold.
Cool.
God.
Well, if you haven't pissed him off now you have.
Did I take some fire damage?
You do, yeah.
How much?
3.
Cool. I'll bonus action quick heal myself as well.
So we're all coming back as combat medics, right?
Yeah.
Because they're hardcore.
Oh, mate, combat medics are devastating.
That's 8 points damage back. I'm on max.
Cool. That's Jean's go. After Jean, it is Jake. You are now 160 feet from the thing.
Is Chase and Sparks running towards me? Chase carrying.
Chase is running towards you in as best he can, on fire, carrying Sparks, who's on fire, carrying a 4-foot drone on his back, on fire.
Which is also on fire.
Nah, the drone was.
Okay. Pass me the drone when you get to me, so you can run faster, and I'll run with you. But before that, I'm gonna take another shot at the drone at the mouse suit with disadvantage now.
Cool.
And less damage.
Cool. So you're shooting at Bison, or you shoot Bison's partner, or are you shooting at the mech?
Okay, I'm shooting Bison's partner.
Cool.
We've already pissed him off. What can go
Empty a
wrong?
mag
Put
into
some
his
more
body.
lead in the dead
Jesus
body.
Christ.
At disadvantage, that's 16.
You see this bison?
Cool.
Good idea.
Jean, a bullet hits the rubble near you, and stones fly off from behind you. You look back and you see Jake like, I'm sorry, man. Sorry.
Wait, what?
You missed.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant to actually hit
Oh, no,
John.
no.
Well, like I said, no bonus actions. I'm gonna... How far away from me is Chase? Like, is he probably gonna make it next to me in the next 6 seconds?
Yeah, Chase will make it to you on his next round.
I'll put the gun away and get ready to kind of take some of the stuff he's carrying to make it easy.
Load. Right.
Some of the load.
Chase.
I am moving towards safety.
Cool. You
Carry
move,
the
you
carry the
use
precious
your
cargo that is Sparks' body.
movement and action
I'm right.
to carry Sparks, yeah? To get to Jake.
Yep.
That'll be your turn,
Yep.
dude. You're no longer Furying, by the way. It wears off when you're not attacking
Yep.
or being attacked.
Yep.
Cool. So you make it up. Jake, whatever you're giving Jake, drone or Sparks.
The drone.
Cool. Jake, you have a massive drone that's in a shit state. So that's Chase's turn. Sparks, drone. It's now the mech's turn.
Such a bastard.
It keeps going away. It goes another 60 feet. Alex?
Doesn't try and shoot me.
It does not.
Okay.
I'm going to send a message. Please confirm from those that are still on this channel that you haven't removed yourself from the area.
Can we reply right away or should we wait till...
I will allow you to reply immediately with a quick answer. If you wish to talk, you'll have to wait until your turn.
Moving away now.
I'm keeping radio silence.
And
That's
Sean?
I'm gonna say confirmed with a little, and I'm gonna put a little gun emoji, a little death emoji, a little smiley face after it.
I ignore the emojis. It's not military speak. Since they've confirmed that, I'm going to move away from chasing with these people so that I don't have to continue to make stealth checks all the time.
Cool. You do that easily enough. They're focused. You're focused elsewhere, and you just fade into the crowds and such of District 5. Probably pull something closer to you to blend in, and you disappear. Jean, it's your turn. What are you doing?
Yeah, I turn around and run.
Cool. Take 5 points of fire damage.
There's an FU from Bison.
Yeah. And a little fire emoji comes through. They're done.
Even the fire is now trolling you, buddy.
There is no response to your emojis. And you are all out of initiative. You are all fleeing, or at least I say fleeing. You are working your way away from that.
XP.
36 seconds have passed
Since you engaged.
So I make that currently 47 and 36 minutes past midnight.
There you go. So it's
loads of time.
It's coming up 10 to 1. But yeah, you make your way back, I'm going to make the assumption Alex radios through to meet up with you. Or are you just going to stay the fuck away?
I would say
probably stay quite far the fuck away from them to start with.
I'll suggest we rendezvous at the other bar.
Where Larry was?
Yeah, Larry's bar.
Cool. So it takes you a couple of hours to get back to Larry's bar. Alex will aid you in avoiding the 16k and bison babies that have come out further out into the district away from the Chaos Bar looking for folk, but they don't come any further than about an hour away, and they start making their way back. Between all of you, essentially, with your perceptions, your skills, your experience, you stay out of the way and just let them go back. You don't engage, I assume, the 15 gang members of Doom. Alright? Alex pulls a gun on.
I don't have to, because the only one that was doing it was Sparks, and he's fried chicken.
You get.
I didn't pull a gun.
You get back to.
At least you won't be drinking any more coffee.
You get back to the bar that you saw Larry in. You can see the barrier or border for District 3 across the dead zone. And you carry Sparks and such into the bar. A bit burnt, crispy, patched. There's no more flames. I'm assuming John just kept them on for coolness. You know what I mean?
I was going to try and say it before we get that far. I wanted to try and CPR Sparks, see any chance to bring him back.
Have you ever done a first aid course?
I'll just shake my head at Chase, looking like he's looking ready.
Me as Niall, yes.
Just to review, in the last 40 seconds, I was hit by a
Everything.
fuselage of minigun fire,
Shut up, you're dead.
railgun to the chest, set on fire. That's a lot in 30 seconds.
I thought about dropping the drone on you, but that were harsh.
But in my background through law enforcement or bounty hunting military, yes, I would have taken first aid
So
courses.
during that first aid course, they would have taught you that if the target you are administering first aid to is dead, it don't work.
CPR only keeps you alive so you can get defibbed, or basically.
Or if it's a name, shock and word.
Done.
You
Is
can
that all
what?
you can do?
When eventually we meet up together, and Alex has ascertained, or 413X has ascertained that Sparks is deceased, 413X will go through his bag and reclaim his nano kit.
I was going to say, as Chase asks, is there out we can do? I will basically rifle Sparks' pockets and take any value off his body.
Cool. You could do that.
And I'll look over at Sparks and just sort of suggest, and I'm like, we can do what we can to make arrangements for his body.
Would you like to know what I've got in my
You
purse?
could do the passing of items in downtime.
Okay.
But yes, so you rifle his pockets. Chase has a very obvious moment of not liking losing a life, even with his checks. You are pretty sure that Chase knows he can't help, but he still does it anyway. You avoid trouble for a while. I love how Alex is a troublemaker and the best trouble avoider ever. I love it. You make your way back to the bar where you first met Larry, and Larry is in there. He has a very overly padded jacket, like he's got some sort of makeshift band-aid across his entire back, and he's just tied his jacket around. It makes him look like almost where gorillas are top-heavy and small-legged, he looks overly top-heavy now. So because of he's big anyway, and then he's got the big jacket on, and he's he's at the bar, he's drinking, and he just looks across to you. What? Need help?
Ask him. I'm just going to say to him, we can't stay. Can you please give him a proper send-off? We need to leave.
This unit would like to congratulate you on getting out of the Sons of Chaos in your timely manner.
Thank you. You're leaving the body here? Is that? Oh, that's the kid. What happened to the kid?
In front of a gun.
He had a momentary weakness.
Death's pretty strong a weakness. I'll give you that.
He saw some bad shit go down, which actually is one area you might be able to help us with, but not right now. When we come back to District 5, the Sons of Chaos were betrayed by someone on the inside. At least the group that we were connected with. We need an alternative contact that we can tell what happened. I'm hoping you may know someone.
I could give you a few of the old guard I used to trek around with. I don't know if any of them are still active or still alive.
That would be really useful. Thank you.
Are you need the place for the night, or?
We don't have time. We have to get back to District 3 to take care of something else.
This unit can confirm we have 3 hours, 18 minutes, and 12 seconds.
Just enough time to make it back.
Yeah.
You best.
In a bit.
Thanks, Alex.
You best get going then, guys. You want me to get rid of the body?
Please.
He pushes Sparks off the bar, but onto the bar side, not the customer side. Done.
Thank you.
Shake his hand and leave the bar. No words spoken.
He keeps hold of your hand chest. I remember you giving me the photo. Thank you. And he lets go.
Nod and out the bar.
And you all leave the bar?
Yeah.
Get to the border.
What did you say, Jay?
I just said I'm glad he's doing okay.
Yeah. So you leave the bar. You head to the border.
I'll call an Ubex, an Ultra X, to meet us on the other side of the wall.
Cool. You get to the border. A police officer comes up to you. What are you going to District 3 for?
Work.
What's that?
Returning since the time that we were in District 5.
Cool. And then he sort of looks at the floor, turns, he sees one of the police officers stood in the area, in the border hut, and he goes, okay, you can go.
Thank you.
And you are let through. Your Ultra X turns up. Is it taking you to the
Yep, we'll
complex?
head straight there.
Straight there. Cool.
Yep.
You'll head straight there. It will cost you 700 won-longs to get there.
I will say to Jean, I'm effectively 19 hit points down.
Wow.
Which puts me...
I'm injured.
Yeah. I can't remember what the term it was.
Blooded for under half.
Yeah.
I know.
Cool.
No, but I'm not under half.
How long does this?
Yeah.
How long does this drive take?
I'll tell you, to get to the complex.
45 minutes.
To get to the
45, did you
complex.
say? Can we kind of ask him to go around a little bit and take an hour
A
in the car?
straight drive will take you 45 minutes. If there is traffic and such, it could take longer.
If it takes an hour, we could do a short rest.
I'll ask him to, if the traffic's easy, I'll just ask him to kind of go around the block a couple of times until we've been in the car for an hour.
rest in the car.
Cool, all
So
my stuff good.
you will all have a short rest on your way to the complex of the Nightingale exploration place that you first infiltrated only a few hours ago.
Oh,
Everyone
it's
can
like
get,
it was yesterday.
everyone can get 2d4 hit points back.
Because of
Uh,
So, before we go into all that, so we're going to call it there. It's just after 11. We will pick up next week with your Ultra X arriving at the complex and you guys still sat in there. During the downtime between now and next week, you can do all the math that you need to for your healing and such, and all your special powers if they come back, don't come back, etc. Thank you very much, Rob, for playing Sparks. We'll see, assuming Roberto sticks around, we'll see what he plays next. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much for trolling and heckling, and it was brilliant. It was real good fun in the chat. Thank you to the new folk that joined us and followed. You are right, Nath does need a haircut. I completely agree. Ragnarok is a beautiful name, so well played there, sir.
Who said Nath needs a haircut?
Ragnarok.
Some chap that you work with, I think.
It is Darren, I think. Is it Darren? Scroll up. Have a look. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, listening. If you're watching live now, great. If you're watching on the VOD or YouTube, etc., thank you very much. Thank you for paying enough attention to the story that you can correct me, which I actually find a great win, to be fair, as a storyteller. If the people can correct me, it means they're listening. So thank you very much for that. And well done, players, for spotting it. Although I hate all of you. So, yes, Alex, you're all right. You've done really well this week. Last week, bought a lot of coffee, sorted a kid out with caffeine. This week, hid, killed the guy. So, I'm blaming you. Thank you very much. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Stay sane. We love you all. It's gravy time. Take care. Bye-bye. Say bye, please.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
See you later.
Stay safe.